Mhm. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. YouTube was just getting a little too dry. It was nothing on here. It wasn't, YouTube algorithm just wasn't doing his job. I had to come back, even if it felt like it was a little bit too fast. I gotta come back for a couple hours at least. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. This one's finna go crazy. I lost my voice a little bit too. So, in this video, this first crazy video, I know we usually don't start off with the crazy ones first, but if you know, you know. Well, look, this husband, I ain't gonna even say a suspect because we know exactly who the suspect is, but this husband ended up eliminating his wife because she was stealing money from him. Yeah, his wife got caught stealing money and he couldn't take it. But I'm wondering if it was like, what's up, Joanne? I wonder if it was like in the sense of she was giving it to another man. I wonder, she was cheating, giving another man his money.
67-year-old Roberto Collin walked into an interrogation room to help police with their investigation into his missing wife. What Roberto doesn't know is that the police found his wife's purse lying on the side of the road, covered in blood, less than a mile from Roberto's home.
Fill me in a little bit about you and Marie.
What's up, Day One True?
And how you know her.
I started when I usually call my mother every weekend, right, Sunday. So she picks up.
You know how much this was to find us?
How everybody doing today?
So she picks up and she starts talking instead of my mother.
Just one random time when you called your mom?
No, every time I called from then on, she would be like the secretary. She would ask my mother questions and I'd relay it. I wouldn't be able to talk to my mother.
Okay, but how did she get into your mom's life?
I don't know. I think
Roberto married Marie as part of a deal that she would take care of his mother in exchange for U.S. citizenship through the marriage.
Like, how did this deal get arranged? Like, does your mom have access to money?
Okay.
Or?
my mother had.
Hold on. What kind of deal is that? What kind of okay.
$12,000, but she just
First
paid her
red
condo
flag.
off last year. But she had $12,000 in the bank account because she doesn't spend money.
Okay.
Right.
So she had money in their account.
Okay, and did you know if there was like a deal worked out between your mom and Marie, like
Room and board.
room and board?
Basically, my understanding, and every once in a while, I'll give her some money to, do whatever. But she said she was going out and working, which,
Doing what?
cleaning houses. But I don't believe it.
Okay.
I don't need to.
So, room and board, and I guess you also spoke to your mother, and your mother had said that
My mother
that was okay.
doesn't carry on a good conversation. So when I went over there December the 25th, she kept saying, "Pregúntale, pregunta," which means ask him. And
What's up, Alvaro?
I didn't know what the hell she was going to ask me, but
Yeah,
then I started
going.
to figure out that she wanted me to help her stay.
Okay.
So as of that point, we started talking about my helping her stay in the country. Yeah.
So, and originally the deal was you were going to marry her so that she could become legal here.
Yeah.
And in return, she would take care of your mom at your house here in Boynton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roberto tells the detectives that he believes that not only was Marie using his mother, she was also stealing money from her as well. At one point, his mother had over $12,000, and shortly after Marie moved in to care for her, the bank deactivated her debit card, claiming that she was overdrawing on her account.
At this point,
What's up, Richard? How y'all doing today? But it looked like he married a girl so she can just get a free U.S. citizenship, and he thought she was just gonna only take care of his mom. And like, okay,
you're feeling like maybe she's stealing from your mom or
I
taking
didn't know
advantage of
what
your
was
mom.
going on. I think she was
Coulda
taking
stole from
advantage
her.
of my mom, using her to lease the car and drive back and forth about her business,
Okay. So at that point, did you know that her account had no money, or you didn't know?
No, I went to the bank. I went to the bank and I stood in line, and because of
Yeah,
COVID, they
Brooklyn in the
wouldn't
building.
admit me into the bank without an appointment.
Then while she's at the apartment talking to you, she can't explain where all the paperwork is and all this
Yeah,
stuff?
she said that she don't know what my mother did with it.
Okay. So what happens from there?
We went to Taco Bell and then went to visit my mother.
You and Marie together?
Yeah, and they didn't allow her in, only me. Sunday, my mother was egress from the hospital. She picked him up.
Okay.
She picked her up. So I talked to her. She sounded pretty okay, I guess. And then on Monday, she showed up at my house with my mother and a bunch of my mother's stuff and was going to leave her there.
Okay, so let me make sure I get this date right.
Anyway, my mother decided she didn't want to go just as Marie was leaving, and she left with Marie.
So your mom went back
Yeah.
with Marie?
On Sunday, on Monday.
And took all her stuff back again?
No, she left her stuff. Then on Tuesday, I drove my truck with the trailer and picked up the bed, so she'd have some place to stay.
So on the 16th, you go to Hialeah with your truck and trailer.
Yeah.
And you get your mom's furniture.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think was going on, like with the car and like?
I said she was using my mother for driving back and forth.
Like maybe had your mom sign for the car.
Yeah, and so she could have a way to get around. That's what I thought initially.
Okay. And at this point, you knew your mom's money was gone?
No.
No?
I didn't know that.
Well, the police already picked up on you lying. Did you try to say that you didn't really know how she got around your mother, but now it's a deal that she took care of your mother to get U.S. citizenship? So you expect her to just take care of your mom, not work, and just be basically a health, like a personal, I don't know if she was, I don't know if you would say hospice or would you just say caregiver, but a personal caregiver without doing anything else. Yeah, she was stealing from you, I ain't gonna lie.
Until Wednesday when I went to the bank. I went to Chase Bank down here on Federal, and they opened up the account and showed me, because I had my mother right there, but she didn't have any good ID. So they showed me everything that had gone on in her account for the last 2 months.
And what do you see?
I see that her money disappeared. All of it.
Can you see where they went? Like where the money was?
They told me the transfer on one was to Bank of America.
And is that Marie's bank?
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yeah. She told me that she had an account with Bank of America back in Colombia.
Wednesday?
Then she comes on, she texts me that she had the paperwork I had asked for.
On Wednesday?
Thursday morning.
Okay, did you confront her on Wednesday?
No, I didn't talk to her at all.
Did you try or no?
No.
Why not? Were you not?
Because I was trying to find out what was going on. I was trying to go through the paperwork to get a good understanding, because the way they wrote it out, or the way it's printed out, it shows my mother making deposits of $100 to her savings account. Then all of a sudden, bang, 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 the money started to move.
Okay, but you didn't call Marie and question her?
No. I told her to bring me all the paperwork she had.
Okay, so on Thursday now?
Yeah, she texts me and she says, I have an appointment. I'll be there after lunch or something.
Here in Boynton?
Yeah, here in Boynton. And I have the papers that you requested.
And did she bring the paperwork?
She brought a bunch of bills. She brought the bill for the car, the bill for the insurance, the bill for the toll, turnpike stuff. That's what she brought. And
she came in the Toyota?
She came in the Toyota. And I got the key from her because I told her I was going to the doctor's office.
You got the key for the car?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to the doctor's office in a bit. I'm going to drive this car. And she said, okay. So then she comes in and sits down and shows me this paperwork. I said, that's not what I asked you for. I asked you for the lease agreement and the agreement with the insurance company. Because I went to the bank and they showed me a signature on a check that wasn't my mother's. She signed my mother's name using an I instead of a Y. And the reason she did that is because on my mother's new birth certificate, which she had to get post 9/11, it wrote her name out I instead of Y.
And you leave with the Toyota and go to the
I had to take a shower first, but I took all the paperwork that I had been showing her, But before that, we started talking, discussing, whatever you want to call it. And being that we speak Spanish, it's kind of out of staccato, But I was telling her, there's something wrong here. All my mother's money is gone. The only one that has access to this is you.
And is she denying?
Yeah, she said, no, but my mother's, all her information was on her phone. The bank, she had the bank thing in her phone, in the phone. I don't know how she got it.
And the phone is still missing at that point?
Yeah.
Okay. And she denies any wrongdoing? Okay. So you shower?
I showered. I had to clean my butt because I had to go to the urologist, and he has a habit of sticking his finger in. So.
Okay.
So,
how you doing, Mary Jane?
And then you put the papers away somewhere?
I took them with me.
Okay. And you go to the urologist?
Yeah.
And she stays with your mom?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so after that, what happens?
When I came back home, she was gone.
She was gone.
And I think somebody picked her up from right there, right about the same time, because she was looking out the window all the time she talked. She opened up the shades and she was looking out the window while she was talking to me. You know, that was it.
Okay.
That was it until Sunday morning when an officer
years.
came to my door to do a report.
1,000 years.
Roberto seems to have an explanation for everything. He explains why Marie was at his house, why he was seen driving her car, and even why he took a shower before leaving his home. Roberto claims that he took a shower to prepare for his doctor's appointment, but the real reason for the shower was to wash off Marie's blood.
So you have, when's the last time you talked to Marie?
Thursday.
Thursday. Have you talked to her on the phone since then?
No.
So for everybody just now getting into this, so Marie she lived in another country, and in exchange for her getting a U.S. citizenship, he said, if you take care of my mom, we can get married, I'll get you U.S. citizenship. And in the midst of her taking care of his mom, he found out that she was stealing some money. What's up, old Lou?
I called her and it goes straight to voicemail.
Straight to voicemail. Did you leave her a message?
No.
Okay. She hasn't called you?
How y'all doing today?
I'm here, I'm there. I mean, I'm sure you would have told us already. What about, do you have your phone on you so we can just see that you have a caller?
It's at the apartment.
Okay, all right, worry about that later. What kind of phone is it?
I got it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
What's
And
up,
you
Fuzzy?
still, to this point, don't know what happened to the car?
No.
Okay.
When I showed up, it was gone.
You said you have a good weekend?
Okay.
What about keys? We
Yeah,
talked about
yeah,
keys
you
the
can
other
say
day.
that.
Yeah,
You can say that.
Who has keys?
My mother, I left the key with my mother that they supposedly issue 2 sets of keys with every sale. Don't they? I don't know.
Yeah, usually.
So she had 2 sets of keys to begin with.
Okay.
When Mary did.
So you suspect that your mom took the vehicle
I
somewhere?
suspect that it was moved either by my mother or somebody came and got it. You know, because the neighbor said, "Where's the car?" When I was loading up my truck, they said, "What happened to the car?" I said, "It wasn't here when I showed up." And she gave a look like, well, it was here before. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, when you say he came and got it, who do you think came and got it? Do they tow a lot of cars in your mom's neighborhood? If you don't
Not out of the parking space.
sticker,
Not out of the parking space. That's her personal parking space.
So would it be repoed for any reason?
That Toyota that shows absolutely no interest, and the
Okay.
bill is actually not due until the last part of
Okay,
this
so that
month.
wouldn't make sense. So Toyota wouldn't have come and got it, even though you asked them and begged them
Yeah.
to need it. Where are the keys right now?
I have no idea. I'm going back there with Friday.
I thought you told us you still have one of the keys in your.
No, I don't have no keys.
All right. Was there ever an argument or a fight between you and Marie?
We argued that if you can call what we were doing arguing, that it wasn't the point where I'm super excited. It was I need to know because my mother is in arrears.
And that was,
Thursday. And I need to know all this information
Thursday,
because I have to try to get my mother out of the situation she's in. Because she don't even have a bank account no more. The bank closed her account. I was telling her, you're going to go to jail. You know that, right? They're going to arrest you for this because this is grand larceny and this
Right.
is abuse of
That's
Elderly
what
abuse,
you said.
enhancement. Oh,
I
yeah.
said, you're never going to get your citizenship now. You know, this is what you wanted. You wanted to be a citizen, and yet you went around and stole all my mother's money. She said, no, I didn't take it. And I'm showing her. Now, I don't know for a fact she stole my mother's money because I didn't see her take it out. But the ATM machine.
See, the fact that you had said that, so I think he thought because she wasn't a citizen that nobody was going to look for her like that. Now he's sitting in this interrogation room, and your story ain't adding up.
Machines have cameras. And that's what I wanted the city of Hialeah to do, you know. And I was telling her, I'm going to take you to the city of Hialeah and have them get your picture so they can see what the, you know, if it was you at the ATM card, at the ATM machine.
Roberto claims that the last time he spoke with Marie, he had threatened her to go to the police if she didn't return the money she stole from his mother. After they argued back and forth for a little while, Roberto explains that he took a shower and left, and that was the last time he had seen or heard from her since.
Now I have to ask you these questions, okay? Did you do anything to her, Marie? No.
Miss Jones.
Do you know
said
where
that he
Marie
killed her.
is?
Yes, he did. What's up,
Okay.
mentally?
Did you kill Marie?
No.
What's up, your vet?
Okay.
He
What about
did.
the yard, the backyard? What's going on in the backyard?
She
Is
fell
there
on
any
knife.
digging or anything going on in the backyard?
No.
What's up, Flower?
Okay.
I think post holes for my dog's poop. You know.
See, look, if y'all came quicker, we can all know what's going on. He married a woman to get her a U.S. citizenship, but like for her to get the citizenship and marry him, she had to take care of his sick mom, and his mom is sick, and he found out she was stealing money from the mom, and he made her disappear. Y'all know how that go. Now he trying to make up a good story. How you doing, Mary Jane? I appreciate everybody.
Post home, go down a couple of so I can stick the poop in there, and then I'll bury it.
Okay.
But they're all open now. I mean.
Okay. So any of that stuff is old that was done for your dog's poop?
Yeah.
What about the digging along, by the shed along the side of the fence?
That's a dog run.
You said dog, no, I mean,
when the dog runs back and forth, they wear that thing down, and I sprayed it because it had that ivory, that fern, whatever the thing is that grows all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So I sprayed that to kill that stuff. That was like months ago.
Okay. Just look dug out like you're planting flowers or something, no?
No, that's all the open areas when the dog runs back and forth with the other two barking at each other.
When the detectives went to speak with Roberto at his home, they noticed a few spots in the backyard that appeared to be freshly dug and refilled. They also noticed that some of the flooring was missing from inside of the home.
Would you have any, I know you let the detectives in last week.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have any issue with us doing a more in-depth search of the house?
Go ahead.
Okay.
How you doing, Levon?
Specifically to see if there's any kind of blood DNA.
Okay.
You have no issue with that? Okay.
You're welcome, Flower.
And then we'd also like to just look at your phone. Would you have an issue with that?
No.
Okay. What do you think happened?
I think this is more than one person's involved in this.
Basically, mentally.
And ring of stealing people's identification and stuff.
Like her family or
her daughter knew that she was getting ill-gotten gains. She had to know it because she got a computer from Best Buy and sent it to her. She took the card out in my mother's name.
A Best Buy card?
A Best Buy card.
And how do you know that she sent it to her daughter?
Because she told me.
Who did?
Marie. Yeah, she told me. And I didn't know about it until that Saturday when I went because it was sitting on the bill was sitting on the couch. And I read it and I saw computer, $1,000, no. And my mother's name.
You understand, Robert, why we're doing all this?
Yeah.
It's nothing against you
I'm
personally.
doing good today, Levon. I appreciate you.
For friends and family.
I got called by the, what do you call it, Telemundo.
Yeah. And we just need to make sure.
She's not there, I know.
Or that something didn't happen at your house, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna have you, even though you just have to sign the page, I'm gonna put an X beside each thing for you to sign.
One of the detectives steps out of the room to go over anything he may have missed with his supervisor. When he returns, he asks Roberto about Marie's purse, which is the one they found by the side of the road, covered in blood.
Let me just ask you one more thing. Her purse. Do you remember her having a purse?
Yeah, a huge one.
Okay, what do you remember it looking like?
I don't really pay attention to it.
Just big?
It's big. I mean,
was it white? Was it?
It was dark. I know it's dark. I know when she went to the courthouse, she had to just about empty it out because she had like curvers and everything else in it. So it's a big,
big like suitcase or big like girl purse, like how the girls like carry around everything.
A big purse like girls carry all the stuff in.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah. I know she had that. Yeah.
Did you personally remember any time touching that?
Her purse?
Yeah.
I imagine sometime.
I appreciate you, hey Trey. So basically, this is what happened. I guess they done found her body and they got so much evidence that he did it. Cause I can just tell by his haircut that he left all the DNA evidence that he needed. He don't look like the type of person who just cover up everything. How you doing, Eva? I'm doing good today. But he looked like type of person who just left DNA everywhere. But now the wall's closing in and the detectives know he did it because I know he left DNA.
What would you say?
He married a woman from out the country to get a visa.
In close proximity to your house.
Where he got her a visa and
Her
to
purse?
take her
Yeah.
as mom.
Oh, yeah. Her purse with her stuff in it.
Yeah.
Do you know why? You don't remember her at any point bleeding from anything, maybe hitting the wall?
Not with a purse.
No.
With her body.
No, with her body. What I'm saying is like her body bleeding onto the purse. She didn't get injured bad enough that she was bleeding?
I appreciate you,
Are
Joran.
you 100% positive?
Thank you for the star. What's up,
We need
player?
your help in making sense of this. Because we're the outside looking in.
What's up, Robert?
Right?
We're in close proximity, but where?
Like in the street.
In a tree?
Street.
In the street. In the street by your house. We have her purse. Has blood on it. Her purse.
Do you know it's her purse?
100% it's her purse.
Okay.
So we need your help in making sense of that. Because
I kind of make sense of it.
Oh, you can't? Okay. 1,000 years.
Because what does that look like from our position? No, maybe not. So the last thing that anybody hears from her is on the phone saying, Roberto, stop, Roberto, stop.
Oh, yeah. Did you ask him about that?
Well, we didn't really get into it, but...
Well, we were talking about, she was telling me that she wasn't a thief. That's
Okay.
what she was telling me.
So the
Well,
last
I
thing
don't know.
anybody hears from her is Roberto, stop, and then next to her house is her purse covered in blood. And nobody talked to her.
Did he tell you that was the...
The detective explains that when Roberto confronted Marie about stealing money from her mother, she was on the phone with her own mother. At one point, her mother claims that she heard Marie yelling for Roberto to stop, and then the phone cuts off.
Do you remember
Oh,
her
gee.
saying those words?
No, I didn't know any particular order like that, no.
Okay, what order?
Not like that. I don't remember her saying that, you know.
But,
I know we were talking profusely, loudly.
Heatedly,
about it.
loudly.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Of course he did it on the phone at that. Of course he did it on the phone. Shout out to Eva from the UK over on Twitch. Of course he did it, y'all. And didn't I tell y'all, I could tell by the haircut, I could tell by his shirt selection, his pants selections. I could tell by the way he drink his water and like the way he got it in front of him. I would have moved it to the side. I don't like nothing directly in front of me in the middle. You got to move it left or right, especially when somebody interrogating me. It's all type of small signs. And he talking about, oh yeah, I touched the purse. No, you took her out because you thought she was stealing. She probably was stealing for your mom, but I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. She probably wasn't. She probably was.
But
You're
not,
probably right. People talk loud, right?
Not
Okay.
a question of stop because I wasn't doing anything.
do you remember if it was exactly at that point that she hit the wall? Because then her phone disconnected.
I was sitting down, and the next thing I know, I see her phone barking in the air. So I don't know exactly how she did it, but I know that's what happened.
And after she got the battery back
No, like-
to the phone,
Believe it or
That's
not,
when you
when I did
showered and
security,
left.
that's how I got rid of all the criminals.
More or less, because we were still talking about the dealing with the police.
and mom was there.
Mom was in the room.
Do you have an issue with us
What's up,
checking
Sunshine?
mom's apartment?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna add that to this list. I'll have you sign it.
We appreciate your help in all this. We get what we get, and we got to figure it out. So one way or another, and
I understand.
you coming in here and you saying, "How can I help?" Let's get this fixed is the best way to do this,
Okay.
and that shows us we don't have to worry about anything with you. So do you think somebody might have hurt her after you left? Maybe.
I don't want to speculate.
Well, I mean, what do you think would make sense of this? So, did she ever get into it with any of your neighbors?
No. She got into it with the neighbors at my mother's house. I know that because one of them said something to her just recently, as a matter of fact.
That's pretty far.
I don't know what's and I doubt one of my mother's neighbors.
Would have your dog maybe have hurt her? Maybe that dog.
She didn't hurt anything.
Yeah, didn't. I don't know. Help me brainstorm. How would she have gotten an injury?
I don't know.
Would Margarita have hurt her? Maybe. Maybe she came up and she owed her the money, or maybe she was taking half that $14,000 that's missing. And
I believe Margarita picked it up, but I don't know Margarita picked it up.
Why do you believe Margarita picked it up?
Because she came straight to my house. She's only been there once before.
The day after, right?
Yeah, she came straight to my house.
Unless she's GPS'd it and saved it in her phone or something like that, how would she remember?
Yeah, and why would she?
Right.
Why would she remember my address? I mean, she's only dropping in that one time, so.
Yeah, but I don't see her coming there and searching your house.
Nobody searched my house.
No, Margarita. You
Not
said
my
no.
house.
Oh.
Would your mom have hurt her? Your mom wouldn't hurt her, right? We're from the outside looking at you,
No.
so it wouldn't have been your
Trying
dog.
to make sense of the blood.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been your dog, it wouldn't have been your mom. None of the neighbors have any ongoing beef with her, because she's only been there a couple hours every other week or whatever, every week.
All right, so you're okay, Robert, if we go back now, we might need you to stay outside for a little bit while we do this search. We can spray this chemical that will show us if there's any blood or anything. Yeah. You okay with that?
Yeah.
You've been watching First 48 too much.
Yeah. But you're gonna see the walls have not been touched because the dogs have laid up against the walls and they're, and as far as the wood's concerned, there's nothing, I know, you could look at that.
The quicker we get it done, the better kind of thing. So we do appreciate your help.
The detectives would follow Roberto back to his home. Inside, they found human blood splattered on the floors and the walls. From there, they went out onto the backyard and began removing the dirt from the areas that appeared freshly dug. Inside one of these holes, they found the remains of Marie Gomez, cut into 5 pieces.
You can still see that there is a police presence here out front of the house of 66-year-old Roberto Colon.
Yep. Then I tell y'all, look at that outfit. Look at that outfit. Then I say about the hair, the shirt, the pants, the way he wore it, the way his arm is, the way he put the water bottle. Y'all be like, why is that significant? Because when I did security, everything made sense. Everything had to make sense. Yeah, crime went down by 95%. And the other 5% was getting caught in the store, at the door. Yeah, I really used to have to watch out for people and look at their body language. I had to look at your shoes and make sure it's work dirt instead of ground, like outside dirt, because you shouldn't be 30 years old playing outside in dirt. 30-year-olds don't play in dirt. That means you are a lot more likely to steal. If you just have random dirt on your shoes and I'm looking at you, I'm like, okay, you don't look like you just got done cutting grass, doing no outdoor activities. These are normal shoes. I'm watching you. But the way that he was being so nervous, the way he got his arm on the table, all that, the way he's leaned forward. When you want to be serious in a game, you lean forward. Like you playing an online video game, you lean forward to be serious. And that is what so he telling me that he's actually trying, because when you leaning back, you are more relaxed. When you lean forward, you're trying harder. If y'all got teenage kids or any kids in y'all 20s or y'all in y'all 20s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like once you lean forward, you're trying your hardest. So that means you're actually thinking about what you're doing.
Presence here out front of the house of 66-year-old Roberto Colon, who lives here on Southeast 28th Court. Human remains were found in his backyard Friday night after a several-day investigation. Investigators say Colon killed 45-year-old Mary Stella Gomez Mullet, who Colon told detectives he was married to so that she could acquire U.S. citizenship. Colon is now charged with premeditated murder in the first degree, that he got into an argument with her because he accused her of defrauding his mother, who she was the caretaker for. A few days later, a bloody purse was found near Colon's home, police believing it belonged to Gomez Mullet. And police also learned a friend of Gomez Mullet talked with her before she went missing on February 18th, and she was heard on the phone yelling, "No, no, no, Roberto," like she was being attacked. Detectives then searched Colon's home and found blood on the front door as well as the floor, wall, window, and ceiling. Colon said that was the blood from his injured dog, but crime scene investigators determined it was human blood. Police also say Colon called a certain room in his house a French word meaning slaughterhouse, and he said things like that police will not be able to, quote, put Humpty Dumpty back together again, and that Gomez Mullet was, quote, swimming with the fishes. Neighbors we spoke, very surprised. They can't believe that this happened.
But swimming with the fishes,
we not respect to
swimming with the fishes, like who do you think you are? And Chris, you want to know something? I'm finna tell y'all a secret, how you always can tell if somebody is guilty or not. Clothes do tell you everything you need to know, because the way you wear your clothes is everything. The way you wear your clothes, the way your clothes sit on your body, So you ever so think about this. When you feeling good and you got clothes, like you got a certain, like, it don't matter what clothes you got on. When you feeling good, your clothes feel different. Everything feel different. Whenever you feeling bad and you feeling depressed, you feeling anxious and scared, your clothes don't feel the same on your body. They don't even look the same on you. You ever seen people who, like, they can wear the same exact outfit. If they depressed, the outfit don't look as good. If they got confidence, they smile and the outfit just popping, it's brighter. It's the same outfit. It's just two different energies around it. You got to pay attention to that. So you do pay attention to outfits. And I keep telling you, I did security. That's how I was getting there.
Happened in this neighborhood. Because in
you better check my track record.
Boynton Beach.
How did he know that? How did he know I had something?
Everybody know
What's
everybody.
Up,
Now, Cologne is in jail with no bond. The Boynton Beach Police Department says their heartfelt condolences go out to Millette's family. And also, Cologne's next court date is set for April 5th. Reporting live in Boynton Beach, Steve King, WPBF 25 News.
Roberto was found guilty of first-degree murder, and he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's some days you can put on that outfit one day. Look, y'all ever put that outfit on one day, man, you don't feel good at all. You don't feel like $1 million. But for some reason, this other day you put the outfit on, you feel like $1 million. Yeah, man. What? Same. You could put on a worse outfit. Some days you don't put on nothing. You can literally be in your pajamas and you still feel that good. The music in the car hitting different, everything hitting different. Yeah, he dressed like an old man with something to hide. People, like, you gotta remember this. When somebody around you just died, you usually, people dress a certain way. When I see people, whenever somebody around you just passed away, you dress a certain way. You're not finna try to come in and make sure your outfit is all perfect and all this. You're trying to be perfect. And I can see your flaws and you trying to be perfect instead of being yourself. Based off your outfit. It's like this. I used to work at a store, right? I used to work at multiple stores. I worked at stores. I worked at water treatment plants. I done worked at warehouses. I done worked everywhere, right? So I had to deal with all type of people from all type of facets of the world. Look here, depending on what you are wearing and how you are wearing it and for what intention, like, that I can smell from you, like, if you out here with a bald head with scars all over your face, look like you just fought a pit bull with a suit on, you think I'm finna trust you? Okay. I'm just saying, it don't matter what, like, it's just certain things you look at and be like, huh. He could have just gotten in a fight with a dog, or he could be a hitman. I don't know. He said, "Here I come home from work every day looking like I done buried 3 bodies myself." But look, it's a difference between work dirt and outside dirt. Like, when you look at somebody's work shoes, you don't see motherfucking concrete dirt, like you don't see scrape marks like you just rub around the ground. You could tell when somebody wear these shoes outside. You could tell when somebody wear some shoes outside versus when they going to work. Shit, I call them ground crunchers. You talking about being funny? I know I'm trolling. I'm over here trolling. But look, in this video, this husband instantly became a suspect in his wife's murder. What's up with all these husbands today? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I didn't even notice these was back to back like this. But we got another one.
Sheriff's office.
I got a dead body out here at Lake Cooper.
Can it be both?
Yeah, this is going to be the one he's looking for.
Yeah.
What the officer just alluded to was the discovery of 49-year-old Manuela Allen's body, dead at the Lake Cooper State Park in Texas.
What's up,
at the time of
HRP?
this discovery, her husband, 55-year-old Peter Allen, was back at the station being interrogated by detectives.
I mean, it could be somebody in the household. It could be you. It could be,
And I'll be honest with you here, and we've been sitting here for probably 4 or 5 hours right now talking. I think there's more to it than what you're telling me. I'm innocent, and I know it. I did not harm my wife.
Clearly, Peter is quickly being thrusted into the position of prime suspect. But is this just a case of tunnel vision, or did Peter really assassinate his wife of 23 years?
23.
In order to answer that question, we need to go back to the early morning hours of July 7th, 2019, when an officer was dispatched to the Allen household following a
years?
frantic 911 call from Peter.
Hey, shout out to Mr. Larry from Oakland. What make you do this after 23 years? I want to know, in y'all opinion, what would make you want to get rid of your significant other after 23 years?
The officer was met by Peter on the driveway. Peter was clearly still distraught about the discovery he just made.
Morning, Mr. Allen. What's going on this morning? I have no idea.
As far as bleeding, your husband think they can get away with it.
Her car is gone. My daughter comes and says, "Hey, Dad, where's Mom?" And I go, "Well, just in the room sleeping." And she goes, "Well, no, the door's locked. I slept on the couch. Car's gone." So she goes through there and unlocks it. She comes up and said, "Dad, there's blood all over the place." Okay. And I have no idea. You have your ID with you, Mr. Allen.
And you don't care. He just so nonchalant, like his blood all over the place. And you not worried. Okay. He did it.
Peter led the officer to the master bedroom. It was a bloodbath.
Okay, go ahead and
Any real
step out
man
here.
would have kicked that door in.
Go ahead and come out here.
What up,
Usually your
Jonathan?
keys are hanging right there. Okay, let's go ahead and go out to the living room. And you say you looked in the garage and the car's gone. Well, the car would be parked right in front, yeah.
After doing a quick scan of the scene, the officer went back to his cruiser and provided dispatch with a description of Manu's missing vehicle.
Shows to be a
You say
white
usually life
Arcadia.
insurance.
Pass the information along for our officers to look for it.
Dispatch relayed this information to all law enforcement on duty and directed Sergeant Dan Burbeck to accompany the officer at the scene.
This is him, this is his daughter.
They tenaciously tried to get a hold of Manu, but their calls weren't going through, so they wondered if they could pinpoint her cell phone's last known location.
Hey, can you ping a phone?
They also contacted both of the hospitals in Olney to see if Manu was a patient at one of them, but neither of them had a record of her being there. With Manu missing and her room painted with blood, Burbeck declared the Allen household a crime scene. Peter and his kids, Kiara and Darian, were told to step outside.
I need y'all to go ahead and step out here on the porch.
Everybody hit that like button for me.
Mom, your mom's missing. Okay. We're already attempting to locate her. So I checked both hospitals here. I didn't find anything. If you'll stay here, I'm going to just kind of walk around.
Sergeant Burbeck went back inside while the officer stayed on the porch with the family. He used this opportunity to begin building a rough timeline.
When was the last time you saw her?
Last night, probably about 9 o'clock.
Yesterday
men usually
evening,
don't do
Manu
life
gave Peter a
insurance.
goodnight kiss and went to bed. Peter ended up falling asleep on the living room couch. He said that he didn't hear anything suspicious all night. After waking up and discovering the blood, they realized that Manu was also missing, so they went directly to the hospital to see if she had already gone there. When they couldn't find her, they went back home and dialed 911. The officer found this part of the story suspicious. Why wouldn't they call 911 immediately after discovering the blood? It was also strange that Peter was showing little emotion despite these concerning circumstances. While the officer continued to gather basic information from the family, Sergeant Burbeck was inside the home, inspecting the blood evidence. He peered into the kitchen and noticed 2 bloody footprints. One of the footprints had a distinct pattern in the center, likely from a therapeutic sock. There was also a bloody handprint on the kitchen door frame. The trail of blood led Burbeck across the hall and into the master bedroom. The bedroom and closet doors were covered with blood, and several more handprints were smeared across them. There was also a large pool of blood at the foot of the bed, and a pocket knife on the floor beside it. Strangely, Manu's blanket and bedsheet were missing, but the puzzle pieces began to fall into place as Burbeck made his way through the laundry room and into the garage. A streak of blood ran across the floor and out the back door, as if a body had been dragged outside. The trail continued to the side of the garage and stopped near a set of tire tracks which extended to the driveway, potentially indicating that a body was loaded into a vehicle which was parked on the grass. Manu kept her car keys hanging on a hook on the kitchen wall. Since the trail of bloody footprints led directly to the keys, the detective believed that the perpetrator had previously been inside the household and already knew where to find them. Sergeant Burbeck returned to the front porch and pulled the officer away from the family to share his troubling observations.
Oh, look. The whole family need to go to jail. I don't believe nobody on that porch. So you telling me y'all just found blood in the room? Everybody just like, oh yeah. So when's dinner? Like, okay, I don't trust nobody in that family. First off, I don't want to be near that family. I need a restraining order on that whole family. Immediately.
So it looks like she might have been killed
Ain't no
in the
way.
bedroom. They have tracks going along the side of the house here, like somebody pulled around and loaded her in. There are drag marks through the garage where she was drugged out the back door.
The officer told Burbeck that despite the clear struggle that
How
had
you
taken
doing,
place,
Joanne?
Peter supposedly didn't hear anything throughout the night. This, along with his strangely calm behavior, raised some red flags for the officers.
He's probably.
How you doing, Lauren? What's up,
They
content?
reconvened with the family and made it clear that they believed foul play was involved.
I'm gonna tell you, if
How you
something
doing,
sinister
Destiny?
happened and there's somebody involved in it.
Just in case any of the family members were responsible for Manu's disappearance, the officers wanted to question each person separately. So, after securing the scene, they brought Peter, Kiara, and Darian down to the station while the officers got in touch with Peter and Manu's other children, Melanie and William. But rather than questioning them themselves, Burbeck asked the Texas Rangers to assist in the investigation. Ranger Michael Schraub was put in charge of the case. His first order of business was instructing several other rangers to help process the crime scene. He also requested that the neighboring counties help locate Manu's vehicle. Meanwhile, he went to the Young County Sheriff's Office to interview Manu's family. First up was their number one suspect, Peter.
I don't know, man.
I appreciate you, Heidi. Thanks for the flowers.
She put up one hell of a fight, I'll tell you that. She's tough.
Peter tried to brainstorm what exactly had happened to Manu. He seemed to believe that she had survived the attack and spread her blood around afterwards.
With the blood, it looked like there was a fight or an attack, is what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
But then if she bled that much, she could have been kind of silly for not having blood. And then it was like something and wiped it on the door. But none of that makes sense to me, because then why would she... There's blood on the outside of the door. And then blood all the way. I don't know. Nothing makes sense to me right now.
Considering the sheer amount of blood at the scene, it was obvious that Manu had not survived the initial attack. Either Peter was in denial about this, or he was intentionally playing dumb. The detective wanted to know if Peter had a motive to kill Manu.
Is she involved with anybody else? Did you suspect that? Or
Nah, you right though, Queen. How you doing, Queen?
My wife is a Roman, old school Roman Catholic.
What's up, Kyle?
From Germany, in the Bavaria. That's where we just moved to the Germany. Goes to church every Sunday. No. Okay. I mean, I'm a man, so I'm a dog. I look, but I don't touch. I'm married. No.
Peter was adamant that his relationship with Manu was solid, but he also said that he had slept on the living room couch all night. The detective wondered if sleeping on the couch indicated that the two had been fighting.
What led to you sleeping on the couch last night? Somebody told me that you had said that y'all had some type of disagreement or whatever last night. No? Is that normal that you sleep on the couch?
Okay. If you ask my kids, they'll tell you I sleep on the couch all the time. But one, my snore really loud. 2, I snore really loud. 3, I had a few drinks last night, and me and my wife had an agreement. If I have even one drink, one beer, I sleep on the couch.
While this was a convenient explanation for Peter, the detective still couldn't understand how he didn't hear the struggle that was taking place right down the hall. The detective didn't want to make it obvious that he was suspicious of Peter, so he shifted the conversation to Manu's relationship with the kids.
Any particular conflict with any of the kids?
Me, my children?
Yeah, your children?
My children would never touch my wife.
Okay.
And my wife, she didn't beat somebody. If somebody came in, I don't know that, but if somebody came in, she put up one hell of a fight.
I'm sorry, what you saying,
Peter
Flower?
claimed that nobody in the house would have done this. The only other person who might have known where the keys were was Melanie's ex-boyfriend, Julius.
If you got mad at my older daughters and then break them up, so...
Yeah, I know I don't trust nobody named Julius either. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not saying he's suspect.
How you doing, Crystal?
Although this was useful information, Ranger Schraub didn't want to direct his focus away from the family. He made it clear that everybody that was inside the house at the time of the murder was still a suspect.
I mean, it could be somebody in the household. It could be you. It could be,
But I know you have to keep everybody open as a suspect. Yeah. I understand you gotta do what you gotta do. You understand? You find a person, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
I'll be honest with you, it sounds like it's somebody that had some type of relationship or something with her. And I'm sure it kind of, you can see that, I'm sure, too, to a certain extent, especially since you didn't wake up or anything in the middle of it. It's a struggle.
The struggle's gonna be quiet. It's a long way from the front of the house to the back of the house.
Yeah. I don't see any scratch marks on your arms or on your face or anything. You don't have anything on your chest or anything like that, do you?
No. With my wife, there'd be bruises, trust me.
While this interview was taking place, an officer with the Archer County Sheriff's Office was looking for Manu at the Lake Cooper State Park when he saw her vehicle, abandoned in the middle of a field.
This vehicle is going to be unoccupied, and looks like it's been wrecked out.
It seemed that the vehicle had gotten stuck while driving over a small hill, and the bumper plate had fallen off in the process. Upon closer inspection, the officer saw traces of blood all over it.
28 is going to be Texas, Lincoln, Sam, Victor.
With the help of dispatch, the officer was able to confirm that this was in fact Manu's vehicle. So, he began searching the surrounding area for Manu. He walked towards the fence line, and when he turned to his left, he saw a white cloth in the distance. The cloth was partially hidden under some plants, but as the officer got closer, he realized that the cloth was actually a blood-soaked sheet. A body was wrapped inside of it. With a sigh of defeat, the officer walked back to his cruiser to inform dispatch and the other investigators about his discovery.
I got a dead body out here at Lake Cooper.
Say a command or say help.
Call Work 1.
Archer County Sheriff's Office.
Hey, this is going to be the one he's looking for.
What?
Yeah.
After receiving the news, Sergeant Burbeck, along with a team of Texas Rangers, drove to Lake Cooper to process the scene.
Well, we have a whole crime scene back there
at
the house.
The sheets that Manu was wrapped in were the missing blankets from her room. Her injuries can be aptly described with 2 words: complete overkill. She had dozens of stab wounds all over her body, mostly concentrated on the back of her head. Also, her neck had been broken by strangulation, and she was shot in the face. The presence of a bullet casing at the scene indicated that Manu was shot after she was already dead. Based on her injuries, this appeared to be an unfiltered emotional killing.
So that means that had to be a husband or somebody close. But yeah, Chris, you asking a real question. Like, how did he get back home? If you crashed the car, you didn't walk home. You didn't walk back home. So how did you get back home? Who helped you? Okay. That's why I don't trust them kids either.
Thankfully, the investigators found several clues pointing to who the killer might be. For starters, there were several bloody fingerprints on the vehicle. There was also a distinct footprint in the mud next to the driver's side door. The pattern was from an Air Jordan Legacy shoe. Additionally, there were several bicycle tracks in the mud. Since it was a recreational area, it wasn't unusual to see bike tracks, but it was also possible that the killer fled the scene on a bike. The investigators wondered if anybody had witnessed this, and in a stroke of luck, they ran into someone who might have. An oil field worker just down the road from the crime scene said that early in the morning, he saw someone riding a bike towards Olney, wearing a gray sweater, black pants, and a backpack. A team of investigators headed in the same direction to see if there were any nearby surveillance cameras. Back at the station, as Ranger Schraub interrogated Peter, he received a message asking him to step out of the room for a moment.
I'm gonna get you a bottle of water because I know you're about to be getting thirsty.
He was pulled aside and advised that Manu's body had been found. When Schraub went back to the interrogation room, he gauged Peter's reaction as he broke the tragic news.
They have found her vehicle.
Where?
Neighboring county. And
what's
there's
up,
a body
Jane?
next to it.
Dead body.
How you doing today?
Yeah. But we haven't confirmed 100% that it's her, but considering the circumstances, we believe it is.
What's up, Step? How you doing?
We have people, I think there's going to be a criminal investigation.
Yeah.
So your house is going to be part of the crime scene.
Peter seemed genuinely heartbroken, struggling to hold back his tears. The detective offered to tell the kids as well, but Peter was insistent that he do it himself.
Okay, I respect that.
Maybe cry, but I got to be enough.
There's nothing wrong in this situation.
Peter and Manu's kids, Kiara, Darian, William, and Melanie, were all at the station at this point waiting to be interviewed. They all hugged their dad as he broke the news to them.
Now they broke into the house and attacked your man.
It's been 1,000 years.
They found the car and they brought him up. They got that father like this.
As the family held each other,
Steve
Kiara
went on
collapsed
mute.
to the floor. The rest of the kids sat and grieved with her, except for Darian, who sat against the wall away from everybody. Although everybody grieves in their own way, the detectives found it strange that Darian would
He helped. So Darian the one that helped you? He the one that helped you? Okay, we're going to see.
disconnect himself from the rest of
he
the
knows
family
something.
during such a traumatic moment.
what you know,
After
Darian?
giving everybody some time to process their loss, the detective made sure Darian was the next person to be questioned.
What's your name?
Right off the bat, the detective noticed that Darian's legs were shaking. He also noticed a blister on Darian's hand. He wondered if this injury could have been from a repetitive stabbing motion while attacking Manu. Schraub asked Darian to describe last night from his perspective. Darian said that he arrived home from a friend's house around 11:30 p.m. and went straight to bed. However, he struggled to fall asleep, so he ended up playing video games most of the night with his headphones on. Other than some rustling in the kitchen sometime after 3 a.m., which he assumed was his dad getting himself a snack, Darian didn't hear anything for the rest of the night. The detective wanted to know if there was any tension between Darian and his mom, possibly surrounding his late-night gaming sessions or his unemployed status.
Was she on to you about getting a job, or was it just...
No, she was just helping me out. We kind of had a little disagreement because I don't want to go to college, but she...
Okay, this the motive. So the dad has his motives, and now I hear motives. So you unemployed, you ain't got no job, and you know how y'all know how females and men be when you in the house and they tell you go get a job and you ain't getting no job. You going to go to college or you gonna get a job? You ain't finna just be sitting around here eating up food, wasting electricity, just laying around the house trying to be a bum. You know how it is.
The detective then inquired about the blister on Darian's hand.
What'd you do to your hand up there? This, no, the blister.
Mom in the yard.
Schraub had his suspicions about Darian's claims, but at this point, there was no evidence to refute them. Before he wrapped up the interview, he decided to throw a Hail Mary and ask Darian directly if he was involved.
Do you have anything to do with your mother's...
I would hope not, Steve. What's up, June?
Yeah, do you know who it is?
Darian was told to sit in the waiting room while Schraub moved on to interview the other family members.
Let me get your name wrong.
What's up, Matthew?
The detective had Kiara describe the night from her perspective as well. She said that she spent yesterday evening at her boyfriend's house and arrived home around the same time as Darian.
I got home at like 11:50.
Okay. So 11:50 or so, you were home. Who was at home when you got home?
My dad was here, and my mom was in her room.
Did you see both of them?
I just saw my dad.
Since they keep the doors locked at night, Peter had to let Kiara in. She went straight to her room and fell asleep while FaceTiming her boyfriend with her earbuds in.
I woke up at 8:45, and I just got ready to go to the gym, and I went to go put my clothes.
What's up, Jamie? Yeah, everybody, this story ain't adding up. So everybody was in the house just with earphones in. Y'all are the most unaware family I ever seen in my life. If this is true, that means y'all are the most unaware, unprepared. Anybody, look, all you gotta do is break into one room and everybody else wouldn't be alerted. If that's basically what you're saying right now. If somebody can get murdered in your house and none of y'all can hear nothing, everybody got earphones on, okay. They gotta be lying.
And
There's no way.
my mom's room because I have to go there to get to it, and the door is locked when I try to go in there. And I mean, usually it's not locked.
What's up, Loud?
So I went, asked my dad where she was, and he looked really confused, and he just told me to go check around through the garage.
After going through the garage, Kiara saw her mom's blood-stained room. But rather than getting help right away, she started inspecting the room, looking for answers as to what had happened.
I picked up a pocket knife on the ground to see if there was blood on it.
To Kiara, this seemed like a reasonable decision at the time, since she wanted to know if her mother had been stabbed. But picking up the knife at a potential murder scene can easily compromise the investigation. Maybe she had actually stabbed her mother and was now lying to explain her fingerprints on the knife. Also, Kiara's room was on the opposite side of the master bedroom wall. Were her earbuds really so soundproofed that she didn't hear any commotion from the master bedroom? But just like Darian, there wasn't enough evidence to refute any of Kiara's claims. Melanie and William were also questioned, but there weren't any major revelations during their interviews.
If I told you,
shout out to Tajar man with the flow state. I appreciate you, Tajar. Shout out to J Knight 1630 with the high five. I appreciate y'all for supporting the stream. How y'all doing today? Y'all having a good day?
Once all of the interviews were finished, the Allen family was free to leave, but since their house was still considered a crime scene, they stayed at a friend's Airbnb for the time being. The investigators were able to obtain surveillance footage from a bank that is located on West Main Street, the primary road that leads in and out of Olney.
Shout out
At
to
exactly
M with the high
6:31
five. I
a.m.,
appreciate
someone
you,
was
M.
captured riding a bicycle into Olney, away from Lake Cooper, where Manu's body was found. This individual matched the description that the oil field worker provided: a gray sweater, black pants, and a backpack. But unfortunately, the suspect's face wasn't in clear view. One thing was certain: this person's stature did not match.
What year was this? What year was this video produced?
A gray sweater, black
if you tell me
pants,
in the
and
top
a
left
backpack.
corner.
But unfortunately, the suspect's face wasn't in clear view.
This says 2019. This is a camera. Like, gas stations need to stop playing with they self. I think, who still orders a camera with 240p on it? This a flip phone camera, so they just got flip phone cameras just up and active. I appreciate you loud. I appreciate you loud for the press F. Yeah, like this don't make no sense.
One thing was certain: this person's stature did not match number one suspect Peter. Also, none of the bikes in the Allen's garage matched the tracks that were in the mud, so it was unlikely that the person in the video was one of the Allens. However, the investigators found another item in the Allen household that was extremely damning for Peter. In the master bedroom, they found a compression sock covered in blood. The pattern on the bottom of the sock matched the bloody footprint in the kitchen. Peter was asked to come back to the police station, where Texas Ranger Jason Shea conducted another interview.
What's up,
Ranger Shea started off by asking Peter how he was holding up. He said that things had been hard and became overwhelmed with emotions.
What's up, you Bliss? You said camera from 1999, Christian? I keep telling y'all, that's the camera John Will's Boots was using when he was recording the play Abraham Lincoln with.
Sometimes I'm so outraged, I want to call.
Before confronting Peter, they spent a large portion of the interview going over his story again.
When was the last time you saw your wife? Well, I lay down and went to sleep that night. One drink during the day, I slept on the couch. And I said, well, just go around through the garage. We hauled gas to the
Nah, Rob, that's for real. Facts. Lower storage.
For the most part, Peter's story was consistent with the statements he made in the last interview, but there were some crucial new details. Apparently, he did hear some noises that night. Around 5 a.m., he heard Manu's vehicle starting up.
I heard it starting up, and then all of a sudden I didn't hear anything. I was thinking maybe my wife went to Allsup's to get them coffee or something. I don't know. Does she usually get up at 5 and go get coffee?
I think it was that little Darian one, the one that was sitting on the floor. What's up, Young? Yeah, I think it was Ladarian. And then that John Wills Booth, Abraham Lincoln, the first camera, the first Sony camera that he recorded with.
Like that didn't make sense, but it'd be a different shot the day before. Ron, none of this makes sense to me. None of it.
He also heard something within the house earlier that night, but didn't think much of it at the time.
That's the camera they used on the moon.
Coming down from upstairs, and that was it. And I'm like, whatever, that's got to be Darian.
After several hours of letting Peter talk, Ranger Shea relentlessly called him out on how ridiculous his story sounded.
And I'll be honest with you, Peter, and we've been sitting here for probably 4 or 5 hours right now talking. I think there's more to it than what you're telling me. But just listen to me. You knew whoever left that blood was not alive. because that is too much blood.
How you doing,
did
Megan?
that too because of your training.
What's up, Mama?
I didn't know that too. I thought my wife was hurt. I was hoping and praying she was hurt. Nobody wants to think that your wife will be murdered in their house while they sit in the living room. What kind of a man do you think it makes me feel like knowing that I was sitting in there while some was in there killing my wife?
People don't go straight in the house and know exactly where your keys are at to take the keys either.
I know, that doesn't make sense either.
He confronted Peter about the footprint in the kitchen, explaining that he was the only one that could have done this.
The person who did this did not break into your house and put on your socks and kill your wife.
You're wearing my socks.
That's
it makes
okay,
no
bro.
sense.
It didn't make any sense. They sneak into your room, put on your socks, kill your wife, go get the keys where nobody knew except for you and your kids, and leave without anybody hearing it. It makes no sense.
Hold on. Like, I just, look, because think about this. Why would somebody sneak in your house, put on your socks to kill your wife? And okay.
It makes no sense.
It didn't make any sense. They sneak into your room, put on your socks, kill your wife, go get the keys where nobody knew except for you and your kids.
Nah, he had to do it now. I think Darren hit the body.
It makes no sense at all. It doesn't happen. Hey, Peter.
Peter did it. Darren hit the body. Watch.
I cannot explain this. I don't know what happened.
Why would somebody put on your socks and kill your wife?
I have no idea. I did not harm my wife.
When this thing comes to a head and a jury believes you stabbed your wife 46 times, they're going to put you in the electric chair.
I did not do it. I'm innocent, and I know it, and my kids know it. And if I lose, I lose. I lose my kids lose their father, but at least I go down knowing that I didn't do this and had nothing to do with this.
It was clear that Peter wasn't going to confess anytime soon. Since all of the evidence linking him to the crime thus far was circumstantial, Peter was free to leave. The investigators believed that it was only a matter of time before Peter would be back at the station in.
I'd have went to Brazil. But Peter, he took her out. Darren, the one that hid the body, that's why he acting like that. And I think Darren might be a little tweaker, like y'all said. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think he might be a tweaker, like y'all been saying.
Cuffs. By this point in the investigation, the Allen household was no longer needed, so the Allen family was allowed to go back home.
Hit that like button for me.
Verl Wolverton drove from Arkansas to Texas to support the family through this hard time. Even he found it strange that Peter didn't hear Manu being attacked, so he decided to do an experiment with Darian. Darian went into the master bedroom and screamed as loud as he could while Verl sat on the living room couch. Verl couldn't hear anything. He and Darian swapped places, and Darian could hardly hear anything as well. They took this information straight to the investigators. The investigators weren't fully convinced that Peter was innocent, but they didn't want to get tunnel vision, so they decided to look into some other possibilities. Although there were no signs of a forced entry, perhaps this really was a burglary gone wrong. After all, it was well known in the community that Peter was an avid gun collector, and there was another gun burglary in Olney just a month prior. One of the main suspects in that burglary was 17-year-old Corey Taylor. Corey was a student at Olney High School, where Peter and Manu were teachers. He was known to cause trouble and had several run-ins with the police in the past. Sergeant Burbeck was tasked with bringing Corey down to the station for an interview. When he arrived at Corey's apartment complex, he noticed a bike under the stairs leading up to Corey's apartment. He inspected the wheels, and the tread pattern looked very similar to the tracks left in the mud near Manu's body. When Burbeck spoke to Corey, he asked whose bike it was, and Corey told him that it belonged to his friend Julius Mullins. When Burbeck told Ranger Schraub about the bike and said that it belonged to Julius Mullins, alarm bells rang. Schraub recognized that name. It turns out that the day after Melanie was interviewed, she actually went to the police station with something to tell the investigators. While trying to figure out who could have killed her mother, someone came to mind. Her ex-boyfriend, Julius Mullins, the same person that Peter brought up during his interrogation.
Since you got mad at my older daughters and they were breaking up.
Man, nah, no. Our detective skills ain't that trash. No, we ain't just get here with a 180, 360. Blind side. Who is Julius? I told you I'm trusting on Julius.
She provided a written statement to the police saying that she, quote, knew for a fact that when Julius was younger, he used to be in a gang, partook in drugs, and had killed people. At the time that Melanie told them this, the detectives were hyper-focused on investigating Peter, and they weren't sure if there was any weight behind her statement. But now that they had compared his bike tires to the tracks at the crime scene, they were eager to bring him in for an interview. Sergeant Burbeck brought Corey along while he picked up Julius, and all three of them went back to the station. Corey was then brought into the interrogation room with Ranger Shea, while Julius waited in another room.
First of all, you understand you're not under arrest or anything like that. You're just...
Corey said that he hardly knew the Allens and had never been inside their home.
You've never been in there?
After 13 years that I lived in Albany, I barely even talked to Melanie.
At this point, the investigators weren't really concerned about Corey's involvement. They were more interested in what Corey knew about Julius. Apparently, Julius had a reputation of getting in trouble with the law. When he was in middle school, he spent some time at a juvenile detention center. And more recently, he had been charged with the possession of marijuana. His father didn't want this kind of behavior around Julius's younger brothers, so he told Julius to smarten up or find somewhere else to live. Since then, Julius had been couch surfing at different people's houses, including Corey's. Apparently, when Melanie broke up with him, Julius was heartbroken. His behavior shifted and he became extremely unpredictable. Corey was especially concerned when Julius started recklessly handling guns around his family.
They started bringing guns in my house. He scared me and my mom. How did he scare you? He just acts a little iffy.
The investigators wondered if Julius's recent interest in guns motivated him to steal from Peter's extensive gun collection.
So what has he told you about Miss Allen going missing?
He hasn't really said anything to me, but it's weird how like he didn't even cry or nothing. He supposedly was really close with Melanie's mom, so when I would cry, I would get closer because she would be nesting me in the hall. So
do you think Julius had anything to do with it?
He might have something to do with it because I mean, he's been in the house. He knows what it looks like.
All right, new theory. We know Peter did it. We got one down, but who, the second person, we thought it was Dorian. Could it be Julius? I'm thinking Julius. But them the only two people. It was Dorian or Julius. It was nobody else. Case solved.
He probably knows where everything's at.
Corey's interview was concluded, and it was now time for Julius to face questioning.
Tell me about Miss Allen.
Julius said that for the year that he was with Melanie, Manu had treated him like family. She even let him stay at their house for a while when he was having problems at home.
She's probably one of the people that's actually helped me the most. She was like basically, I don't know, my other mom, because she like helped me out and stuff. She told me to get my together. She was a really nice lady.
So how long did you and Melanie date?
I think about a year and a couple months.
Was there any type of beef between you and her parents at all?
No, the only time we I think was just between me and her dad because I was dating her.
Why'd you break up?
She said she wanted a break, and then I was like, okay, I'm fine with that.
Although Julius was acting nonchalant about his breakup with Melanie, Corey said that the breakup left Julius devastated. He became antisocial at school and constantly texted Melanie saying that he wanted to get back together. Julius said that he was in disbelief when she told him about her mom's death.
She was like, my mom's murdered, and I was like, what do you mean? And she said, my mother's blood all over the floor in the room and stuff. And I was shocked, like it hit me like hard.
Who do you think did this?
I really don't know.
Is there a daughter torn up pretty bad? You want me to be honest with you, Julian?
Yes, sir.
They think you did it.
Yeah.
Apparently, Melanie had accused Julius of being involved in her mother's murder.
She was like, a murderous bastard killed my mother, and then she said all these other things, like, towards me. She was like, was it you and Brandon? Like, did y'all plan this?
How you doing, Maria?
Look here and be like, are you serious? I was like, I was like, Melanie, I was like, I still love you. I would never do something like that to you.
When the detective asked Julius where he was on the night of the murder, he said that he was at Corey's house playing video games. At this point, the detectives were unable to make any more progress questioning Julius.
Yeah, I said why I'm so adamant on Peter. I don't know. I just don't feel like nobody else would steal his socks. That's the only thing that made me look at Peter. I'm like, okay, they could probably steal your shoes, but somebody gonna put on your socks and commit the murder. That's the only thing that throw me off, y'all.
So they collected his DNA and fingerprints, and he was free to leave. They immediately compared these fingerprints to the ones found on Manu's car. They were a match. They also obtained a warrant for Julius's phone data, and on the night of Manu's murder, his phone connected to the Allen House Wi-Fi. Julius was swiftly brought back in for another interview, and he was confronted with this evidence.
There's stuff that I already know that you don't know.
Hold on. It's a difference between getting caught on the cell tower, but being on their Wi-Fi. Yeah, okay.
I already know. So don't lie to me.
Yes,
okay? This is your opportunity to help yourself out as much as you can, because you're wrapped up in this deal and you don't want to get any deeper than what you already are. Yeah. Okay? When was the last time you were over there at their house?
A month ago.
So it's been a month since you've been over there.
Yeah.
Why the night that Miss Allen was killed would your phone be pinging off their Wi-Fi?
My phone, I didn't go over there that night. I was literally at Corey's.
Why would your fingerprints be on that vehicle in blood?
I don't know.
The detective spent much of this interview asking these same questions over and over, reiterating that Julius would face the consequences if he didn't tell the truth.
Your butt's looking at
I ain't trust no Julius earlier though.
If you don't tell me the truth, if they don't give you the death penalty.
But Julius wasn't biting. He adamantly denied any involvement in Manu's murder.
What would be the reason that your fingerprints would be in blood on her car? Are you doing that?
No, I really don't know.
There is no reason. In her
cuts like everywhere on my hand, dude.
In her blood.
I didn't murder Miss Allen.
Okay, I didn't say you did.
Well, you're saying like I did.
Although it was clear that Julius was lying about his involvement, there wasn't any definitive proof that he was the one who killed Manu. Another possibility was that Peter had killed Manu and asked Julius to help get rid of the body. According to everyone who knew Julius, he was desperate to get back together with Melanie. So perhaps Julius saw this as an opportunity to do her dad a favor and to ultimately get closer to his daughter.
When was the last
appreciate you, Maria.
That you communicated
What's up,
with
Ashley?
Peter? Okay, because if there's communication and you're not telling me there's communication,
I promise you there's not. I don't have this phone number. I literally don't have,
I
don't have a SIM card.
if somebody called you and says, hey, I screwed up, I gotta get rid of this body,
I ain't think
and
about
you
that
help out and
conscience.
you let me know that, then I can help you out as much as I can. What I'm getting at is that you help somebody cover it up and get rid of the body. Hey, look at me. If you didn't kill her, I need to know. But if you help get rid of the body, I need to know that too.
Didn't get rid of the body. I didn't kill her. I didn't.
No matter how much the detective applied pressure, Julius continued to deny his involvement. The detectives decided to wait until all of the evidence was analyzed before charging Julius with anything, so he was free to go for now. A few hours later, Ranger Schraub went to Corey's apartment to pick up Julius's
I'm just saying, I'm being honest, guys. I'm being very honest. If this was me, I would never have got out of jail as many times as they have. With less evidence. It's so much evidence going on in this case, and the police just constantly letting these people out of jail. I'd have been in Brazil already.
Bike and crossed paths with Julius. He asked Julius if he could take a look at the bottom of his shoe, and he noticed that it matched the shoe print left in the mud where Manu's body was dumped. The detectives went to the judge and presented all of the evidence they had gathered. An arrest warrant was granted. Julius was tracked down again, arrested, and brought back to the station for one more interview.
We know that you were out there, but not only that, we know your shoes were out there. Not only that, but we know your bicycle was out there. I don't think you're 100% responsible for this. Yeah, I know it took more than one person.
Yeah, I think Julie and him, I think him and
You're
Peter.
going to help her or help her dad or help whatever and help you get closer to you. And so I
I just want you to explain to me why all those different things are pointing towards you.
Throughout the interview, Julius would answer the odd question here and there, but nothing that would incriminate him further. Whenever the detective brought up the evidence against him or asked him how he got into this situation, Julius went silent.
Why you're not getting us a little more information, I don't know. Are you the sole person responsible for this? Just tell me how it happened. How you got involved.
However, after enough persistence, the detective had a breakthrough.
You want to talk about this somewhere else besides this room? Is the camera keeping you from talking?
After a quick smoke break and a change of environment,
If it was him and his
Julius was
daughter.
finally ready to talk.
You already know who did it.
Who are you talking about? You talking about Peter Allen? How did Peter Allen get a hold of you?
Dana, old man Dana.
Allsup's is a convenience store located right around the corner from the Allen home. Julius said that he ran into Peter there, and Peter told him to get into his car. Once inside Peter's car, he pulled out a gun and pointed it at Julius.
He was like, I'm only going to tell you this once. If you tell anybody else, I'm going to kill your entire family. So when he left that, he unlocked that window. They told me, here's what's going to happen. You're going to go in there.
Julius began choking up, but the detective comforted him and encouraged him to keep going.
You're doing what's right. What did he tell you to do after you got in there?
He told me he left a butterfly knife on the counter, and that that's what I would have to use to kill her.
Oh, what time did you go to the house?
Like 2.
2 a.m.? And what did you do?
He told me exactly what to do. He told me to go for her head.
How many times do you think you stabbed her in the head?
I don't remember.
A bunch?
Yep. She screamed a lot.
Manu fought through the knife attack and ran for the door, but Julius slammed her on the ground and strangled her.
He was just sitting there on the couch and he watched me do it.
He couldn't see you from there, right? In the
He
bedroom?
knew I was there.
So Mr. Allen just sat in the living room the whole time?
Helped me take her and put her in the car.
How did you get her to her final spot?
I had to drag her.
Did you shoot her at the lake? After she was already dead?
Yeah, he told me to do it.
So you shot her right there?
I didn't even know if I hit her or not. I just pulled the trigger and ran.
As chilling as this confession was, Julius cried the entire time, showing clear signs of remorse.
Oh, so Retro was right again? Didn't I tell y'all that's exactly what happened? Didn't I tell y'all exactly what happened and how it happened? Shout out to William Butler with the Laughing Disco. I appreciate you for supporting the stream and supporting my theories. Didn't I just tell y'all who it was? I'm looking at him like Julius and the father. It had to be because Dorian, he went in the corner. I'm like, hold up. Julius, I don't trust nobody named Julius. So yeah. So everybody in the comments, it wasn't Julie or nothing. It was Julius or whatever. It wasn't a daughter and him. It was him and Julius. And the other son probably knows something about it. That's why he acting like that. He heard her screaming.
You're not that bad of a person.
They killed her. He ace and lost.
You made a bad decision. Wish you would have called us.
He said he was going to kill my family if I did that.
This ain't the wrong case.
Believe him. He's a Green Beret.
Following this interview, Julius was charged with first-degree murder and taken straight to jail.
How you doing,
now that
Karen
Manu's
behavior?
murderer was behind bars, the detectives were ready to hone in on Peter, the one who orchestrated it all. However, after a thorough investigation, the detectives were unable to corroborate Julius's allegations against Peter. There was no evidence of their encounter in the Allsup's parking lot, and Peter's DNA wasn't found anywhere that would be incriminating. Even the compression sock that was covered in blood had Julius's DNA on it, not Peter's. Ultimately, Julius was the only one to be charged in connection to Manu's death. He pled guilty to first-degree murder, tampering with a human corpse, and burglary of a habitation. He was sentenced to 55 years in prison and will be eligible for parole after 28 years. Since being in prison, he has recanted his accusations against Peter and has openly admitted to being the sole perpetrator. He claims that he only broke into the house because he wanted to steal Peter's guns, but when things went south, he panicked and attacked Manu because he didn't want to go to jail. He currently resides in the All-Red Unit in North Iowa Park, Texas, and is projected to be released in the year 20.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Who said Peter wasn't involved? Do you believe this? Do you believe? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm finna tell y'all why you gotta use your brain and why Peter might still get charged in the future. Peter, look, y'all. Peter was on the couch when all this went on. He wasn't behind a closed door. And a gunshot went off. Even muffled, a gunshot would be loud enough if you were sitting in the living room. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, because y'all not paying attention to this part. He wasn't lying when he said he was there. He was out there. He knew he was there. Because think about this. If I'm sitting in the living room, you are in your room with the door closed. They said that you can hear for real. You can hear from the living room to the master bedroom for real, right? Wait. You can't hear from the living room to the master bedroom. So if everybody else got their doors closed and it's extra muffled and they got their TVs up, they probably won't be able to hear. But the one person who can hear is the person in the living room. The one person who can hear is the person that's in the living room. Shout out to old man Dana with the super chat. I appreciate you, old man Dana. Thank you for supporting the stream and stopping by. Always pay attention to this. You can hear when you're on the couch. Man, look. Well, I don't know. Even stabbing. Look, you say even if he didn't shoot in the house, you hear somebody getting stabbed and you hear him wrestling and thumping in one room. Do you look? So you don't even need a shot. Wait, you don't even need a shot. And then you got to remember that he dragged the wife's body out the house. You laying on the couch and you can't hear this? You can't hear, you can't hear your wife's body being dragged out of the house? You knew. Because one thing men don't do is hear weird noises in the middle of the night and not get up. What man in this chat hear something weird going on in your house, you don't know what it is? We instantly get nervous. Yeah, we get nervous. Yeah, we can't sit in no house and hear no weird noises going. I gotta get up and investigate like it's Scooby-Doo. Every single man to tell you, we not females. We not finna sit right here and lay in bed while we hear noises. We gotta investigate. You think I'm finna hear people open up back doors, hearing all this rustling, all this thumping? No. We'll let 3, 4 thumps go by. Once I get to hearing 5, 6, 7, 8 thumps, it's up. It's stuck. It's stuck. No, I gotta investigate this. And now I gotta go look out the window for no reason. Yeah, I gotta walk up to the window and put my finger on the blind, move it down, look left and right, make sure the car cool, make sure everything good. Gotta go to the back, do the same, make sure everything good. Yeah, that's what we do. He said, we live in the duplex. My husband jumps up at 4 a.m. every morning when the neighbor leaves for work. Because, you can't get me. You can't. Maybe he was drunk or asleep, or he a hard sleeper. I know people like that. Look, I know drunk sleepers. Look, I know drunk sleepers. I know people who sleep hard, all that. But it get to a point where you can feel like, even though you can't hear nothing, you can feel vibrations in the floor. And I'd have been drunk, you'd have been drunk, we'd have all been drunk in this chat, and we still got woke up. And especially men, we heard the right noise, you're up. It don't matter drunk. No, we hear the right noises when it come to, it's a difference between hearing noises that you hear every day in the house. It's them new noises. Any new noises, I'm up. Any new noises, I am up. You are not finna drag nobody through my house. Drunk, I don't care how much you have drunk. You are not finna drag nobody, a dead body out of somebody's house. And nobody heard what's going on. You said one bump and I'm taking. You saying what husband don't check on his wife in the morning? What husband don't check on his wife in the middle of the night? Yeah, husbands check on their wife in the middle of the night. When y'all be in there asleep, he know you're asleep. He know you went to sleep. The fuck is like men's job to sometimes we walk, like men like to walk past every room, make sure everybody where they supposed to be at. They know they can tell when the kids in the room without even opening the door. Like, oh wait, okay, I can hear that. Okay, I can hear that YouTube on, and it ain't go to the off logo screen. Ain't go turn on a Roku screen yet. So he's still up, or he just went to sleep a little bit ago. She probably still up. I can hear this TV show on. Like, no. Yeah, some people are just too lazy to get up and check. Man, look, I done seen old people nosy, so it ain't about being lazy. I done seen some of the laziest old people I know. Ooh, I'm talking about don't want to get up for nothing, but when they hear something, shit. Like I thought you don't like walking. I thought you said you can't walk without that cane. Yeah, till you hear something. Just join what happened. The next video about to start. So look, guy, in this video, Vanessa realized the police knew she killed her boyfriend. Yeah, Vanessa. Them Vanessas are scary. I ain't gonna lie.
Shot 6 times at another location and then disposed of at the cemetery. The police began looking into who Sam was and who may have wanted to kill him. Sam had met Vanessa Cameron in 2007, and by 2008 they had a son together. In April of 2009, the home that Sam and Vanessa shared suddenly caught fire and was burned to the ground. The home was in Vanessa's name, and she received $300,000 from her insurance claim. Even though Sam lost everything he owned in the house fire as well, Vanessa refused to share any of the money with him. Because of this, Sam decided to end their relationship. Sam quickly moved on and moved in with a woman named Erica Bridgeforth, and soon Erica became pregnant. Life seemed good for Sam and his new fiancée, until 2010 when Sam's body was found. When the police spoke with Erica during the murder investigation, she told them that Sam's ex, Vanessa, had finally agreed to give him some of the insurance money. She explained that on the day Sam went missing, he had dropped Vanessa and his son off at the airport so she could visit a friend in Mississippi. Vanessa told him that she left the money with her sister, Susan Sutton, who she had been living with since the house fire. Erica tells the police that she talked on the phone with Sam after he dropped Vanessa.
I'm getting mad because how you gonna sit right here and take all the money and then he move on for the better and now you mad? How you, like, what? You stole all the money. He like, okay, I'm gonna just keep moving on in my life. You know, oh my gosh, I stole the money. Now you broke up with me. What?
Off at the airport, but that was the last time she ever spoke with him again. The police wait for Vanessa to return from Mississippi, and they ask her and her sister Susan to come in for interviews. They begin by talking with Vanessa about her trip to Mississippi.
Bought the tickets on the 11th.
Okay, so you bought tickets on the 11th to go see your friend?
Yes.
Okay, and who's that?
Adrian.
Okay.
My friend Adrian.
And where does she live?
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Tell me how did you find out about this then? Because you left on the 12th, and so how did you get word of all this happening?
Vanessa explains that while she was in Mississippi, Sam went missing, so she tried to contact him, but she was unable to. She even asked her sister Susan to message Sam, but she was unable to reach him as well.
But Sue said she hadn't heard from him and she just assumed he had been found.
Right.
Okay, that's the gist of it.
That's right.
Okay.
And I sent him a text. It was like 6 in the morning. I said, hey, we're fixing to leave Mississippi. Then when I got into Atlanta, hey, we're here. Then when we left Atlanta, we're leaving, and there was just nothing. So by the time I touched down, I was just like, okay, we have to find Sam. And you know how many times I've called the police and how many times he comes and basically says I'm crazy, that he's just been hanging out or he was fine. And we are, separated. We are separated, so he doesn't have to call me. Erica called me yesterday asking me to do a release on his body. And that's when she said, we're engaged to be married and I have his baby on the way. She told me that she had the last letter he's ever wrote, stating that I don't know what the letter stated, but basically she was telling me that he had told her that they were done, that they were going to be together. And I told her, I said, well, Sam never showed that to me. The last letter I got, of course, was on Tuesday before he left, which is him saying he wants us to be together and he's getting the apartment so we can have a roof over our heads. And she's kind of been holding on to him. She's strange to me. She's strange. It's like she wants a relationship with him and then he just gives her just a little bit and then she'll accept that. And I'm just like, Sam did not care for this girl. And really, and I mean, we have to put it out there. I think she had something to do with this. I really, really think she did. Sam...
Okay, and what makes you think that Erica had something to do with this?
Because...
Why is it you suspect her?
Because, like I said, I think that she is obsessed with Sam. For someone to go on this long, their relationship was over, I know for sure, in 2007.
Again, so how is it you... I mean...
Oh, how do I believe...
Why do you suspect her? I mean, what is it that...
How you doing, Heather? Now she's all of a sudden in the picture. She's saying that she is his fiance, which is completely
What's up, Michael
ridiculous. When she told me on the phone that she was having a baby, this thing really tore Sam up. Basically, I can't have children anymore. And Sam was tore up about it. He promised me he would not have any more kids. And I believe that she told him she was pregnant, and he told her that he didn't want that baby. I truly believe that.
Vanessa tells the detective that she believes Erica had something to do with Sam's death. What she doesn't know is that Erica has already been interviewed by the police, and she provided them with a very strong alibi. The conversation moves on to the money Vanessa gave Sam through her sister Susan after he dropped her off at the airport.
Do you know what time he went over there?
Sue said it's 7 o'clock.
Okay, Sue said 7 p.m. he went over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he got the money, and you never...
For the people who don't realize, Robert, you got to go back. You about 2 videos late, Robert. It ain't the most confusing titles. It's just people come in live an hour and a half late and think it's the same video. So you got to go all the way an hour and a half behind us, and then you will be where you need to be. But as far as this video, this woman, Vanessa, they basically, her and her boyfriend lost everything in like a little house fire or something. And she got all the money back from insurance, didn't give him a dime. He broke up with her. And while, like, after he started doing good with another woman, she jealous. And she was like, oh, come meet me. I got the money for you. So he think he going to get his insurance money. And she had other plans.
Never heard anything about
How you doing,
I
Faye?
never heard anything.
What you doing, Joyce? What's up, Donald?
I can't even remember if I sent him a text message or anything. We talked at about 11 on Wednesday. Okay. And I told him, we did a lot of drinking this week with my girlfriend. So I was all, we were playing cards with my girls. So I, kind of got loud with him and told him, like, how you gonna go all day? You done got this money from me, and then you gonna go all day without letting, without actually talking to me or nothing like that. And I was like, you know what? I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
And that was the last conversation we had.
Okay.
Are you good, Robert?
I just need to ask you because you
understand. How you doing today now, Robert?
It's still a homicide investigation, and he is dead. And so I'm going to have to talk to, my partner's talking to Sue, so we just need to verify, that you have the same story. You last saw him Tuesday when he drops you off, and then Sue last saw him Wednesday picking up money.
Right.
Okay. And then how about Bernard? Did he see him on Wednesday when he dropped him off?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go ask my partner just to talk to and make sure that Sue and you statements are just, copacetic, coincide. And then I'm going to come right back and then we're good?
Okay.
The detective leaves the room while she waits for her partner to finish up with Susan. The detective spent the first 35 minutes talking to Susan about Vanessa and Sam's relationship. Eventually, the conversation changes to the day Vanessa told Susan to give Sam some money.
And then he was supposed to pick up some money that she was wiring to him.
She had told me she had told him that she was wiring it. Vanessa always gives him money. I either have a credit card or she takes money out, and I've always got it. I keep it in a safe, whatever, for anything that we need.
Shout out to Deborah with the flow state. I appreciate
whatever.
you, Deborah.
So she had left money there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then so, she was just like, okay, well, I'm going to tell him to come and get the money. And I said, oh, okay, well, whatever. What do you want me to get? How much you want me to give him? And she said, give him $340. So, okay, well, tell him to call me.
Sam shows up.
Well, he calls from outside, and he says, hey, I'm outside. I said, ring the door, but knock on the door. I said, they're down there. I said, I'm coming down. And he was like, okay.
Upstairs.
Yeah, I was upstairs. I'm always in the bed. Anybody that talks to you, Susan's always in the bed. Every once in a while, I'm downstairs, but everybody usually playing pool.
So
Especially my husband and them.
The door? Okay.
I told him, he was already at the door because I heard him knocking. I'm like, okay, Sam, and I hung up the phone. So I went downstairs, gave him the money.
It was cash?
It was cash. I gave him the $340, and then he just said, I was like, are you on your way to, when I said, what are you getting ready to do now? And he was like, nothing. He was like, I'm getting ready to go home. He was like, I'm gonna go ahead, I gotta get up real early in the morning. He's like, I gotta go take care of the apartment and stuff like that. And I said, okay. And then I told him to count the money. So he's counting the money. Yeah, so he came, he came, he got the money. And then he thumbs up. I appreciate you, Andrew. I actually did not see him leave. I'm nervous because I'm telling you that I don't have,
Andrew going crazy with the gifts.
I go through different cycles in my life, with my head.
Did you murder Sam?
No.
Well, then you have nothing to be nervous about, do you?
No.
Okay, I mean, it comes down to that. It's that simple, Sue. Did you murder him?
No.
The same standards that your mama has for decency and taking care of people are the same standards that we have.
Right. My mom.
If you have no involvement in this case, you have nothing to be worried about. You have nothing to be nervous about. Okay. All right?
The detective realizes that Susan appears very nervous, so she decides to try and bluff Susan. She's about to tell her that her sister Vanessa told the police that Susan's fiance BJ Brown and BJ's cousin Lakeisha Brown called Vanessa while she was in Mississippi, claiming that they had just killed Sam by accident.
How you doing, Miss Jackie?
And again, I would ask you and your sister are, describe it for me, extremely close.
Yeah.
Often extremely close. Because I want you to understand that.
Do you know how evil you have to be? Do you know how evil you have to be to still, imagine you got a wife or you got a husband or even a boyfriend or a girlfriend and y'all live together, your house catch on fire or it flood and y'all both get some insurance money. Say y'all get $25,000 insurance money. You'll be like, oh, can I get half? And she just take all of it. And then you break up with her because she take all the money. And then one day she call you and say, here, you want your $12,000 or whatever, however much amount it is. And you come up missing. Do you know how evil that is?
I went and checked because Vanessa's talking with Detective
Bauer.
How
you doing, lady?
And Vanessa's telling Detective Bauer that she received a phone call from BJ while she was at Adrian's house, where BJ told her that he had accidentally killed Sam.
What's up, Bright Eyes?
No, she didn't.
How y'all doing today?
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she did.
No, she didn't.
She said that BJ had accidentally killed Sam. She said there was blood all over your living room. She said you were upstairs and had nothing to do with it.
I appreciate you, lady.
That Keisha smacked him in the head with a 2x4. That BJ and Keisha had to cut a piece of carpet out of the house. And they rolled Sam up and put him in the trunk of his car. She's telling Detective Bauer where the car was dumped at an abandoned gas station over on the east side by Port. I'm telling you, girl.
How you doing, Sanaya?
She's across the hall putting all of this on BJ.
Okay, I don't believe that. I'm ready to
What's up, 514, Michael?
Okay, I'm ready to go because I don't believe that. Thank you.
Do you think I'm making that?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Because why would she? No.
Well, if you want to sit down.
No, I'm good. I'm ready to go.
All right.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
After Susan leaves, the detectives decide to try and bluff Vanessa the same way they did Susan and see what happens.
I just have 2 questions to ask you. Did you kill Sam?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know who killed Sam?
No, I do not.
Okay. I do know who killed Sam. Okay. Do you want to know who that is? Mm-hmm. BJ killed Sam.
Why would you say that?
Okay. I know that BJ killed Sam.
Why would,
Listen. I know he killed Sam.
I appreciate you, Bright Eyes.
I'm asking you to be truthful with me and help me solve this and tell me why BJ did it. Because listen, if I bring Sam in here,
I would love to.
If I bring BJ in here and BJ tells me that you or your sister Sue had anything to do with this, then this is no longer not an arrest.
It's been like
Do you
14
understand?
minutes.
Right. So I need your help. And I'm asking you for the truth because I know what happened. You don't know what I know. And you're not under arrest.
Right.
But if Sam comes down here and he implicates you, you understand I have to do my job.
Right.
Now, when I bring BJ in here,
You're so unintelligent.
what is he going to tell me, Vanessa?
Yeah, Vanessa, you just a murderer. Yeah, you just a killer. Yeah, your brain don't work. She just says you're not under arrest. If you don't grab that purse, put on your shoulder, and get to stepping, like, what is wrong with you? If you don't go get a ticket to Brazil?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know why.
I know. The last place that Sam was your house.
Right.
Hey, Michael Griffith, I say that every day.
I already knew that. And I know who he was in that house with.
The detective knows that the last people to see Sam alive were the 3 people Vanessa was living with. Her sister Susan, Susan's fiance BJ, and BJ's cousin Lakeisha. The detective is still not sure why they would want to kill Sam, but she believes all 4 people were involved.
If you're worried about your sister, the only crime that
she
your
off
sister
him $500.
Thinking about being charged with right now,
She off all them $500 a piece, and they did it. Yeah, they look like some cheap hitmen. They look cheap. They look cheap. And he act like he about his money in the middle, boy. Y'all look cheap. I ain't gonna lie to you.
is helping get rid of Sam's body.
Everybody look cheap.
I'm not looking to charge her for murder, but BJ
What's good, Christopher
may
Harris?
want to give her up and say it was her idea, or even say she did it and he was the one that helped dispose of the body. Your sister's only looking at nothing right now. She's in the same boat you are. She gets to go home when this is over with.
Are you sure you don't want to be honest with me and tell me so it shows that you're cooperating?
I'm telling you the story.
Vanessa.
Okay, but
nothing you say today.
I'm telling you.
Shout out to YT girl.
Nothing
I
you say
appreciate you today. How you
is
doing
going
today?
to cause you to get arrested.
Okay.
Knowing that a crime happened and not telling anybody about it is not a crime. Simply being present when a murder happens does not make you guilty of a crime under Texas law. The problem that you're...
I heard under Texas law that y'all will try to exactly do that. I heard under Texas law it's the exact opposite. I'm just saying under Texas law, I'd have seen y'all literally do exactly what you saying is not. They be lying. He said the police on some BS.
going to have is if anybody tries to implicate you and you don't get ahead of this train and tell us the truth, then we have no choice but to file charges on you as well. And I don't want to do that. And for you to sit here and say you don't know only makes us think that you're involved.
I'm not involved. My sister, I asked my sister.
I know what your sister did. Your sister heard a noise. She came downstairs and she saw that her boyfriend killed Sam. And she panicked. And she tried to help her boyfriend cover it up. That is only disposing of a body, and it is not murder.
We even know that y'all went and tried to burn the stuff in Seguin. Not y'all.
Yeah, I do know she free to go. She could just put that purse on and start walking out, right? Like, it's something, that's why you got to be smart, people. She could put her purse on right now and be like, y'all crazy, and leave.
Sue and BJ. We know that.
What's
if
up,
I
perfect?
thought you did this, Vanessa, if I thought you did this, you would be in handcuffs right now. Because you know we know everything there is to know. You know it, now that we've told you what we have. So if I thought you did it, I'd be arresting you. I don't need any information from you because you know we know.
Shout out to
But
Angel
you know
Corey
what
with the flow state.
And you need to give us BJ
I appreciate you, Angel.
and tell us what happened.
If they knew what they knew,
Now,
you'd have been arrested,
BJ
not able to go
is
home.
not going to know that you told us. I'm not writing anything down.
Angel.
Neither is this detective here. When you walk out of here, you can tell BJ whatever you want to. He will be arrested as quickly as possible to protect you and your sister.
I got a text message saying Sam came to get the money. And then I missed it. I missed all of it. I missed the text message. I missed the telephone call. I missed everything. This would not even be like this. It would not be like this, but I missed the calls because I was just with my friends and family up in Mississippi. And if I could have just answered the phone. My sister told me, she said that they,
When did she tell you?
the same day.
Go home. Go
Same
home.
day it happened? What did she tell you?
She just said that, that they were gonna teach him, stop messing with my sister, stop. We know that you're still fooling around and you yank her heart around and all the feelings that I've expressed to them.
So they went and did that to protect your feelings and to make you feel good after you stole from him and took all his money and he broke up with you to go be with a better female? Okay. I ain't never heard. What's up, Donald Jones? I ain't never heard. Okay. He went to go better his life and okay. What's up,
Who was going to teach him a lesson?
BJ and his friend were supposed to.
You said this lady Crazy Angel?
His like little gangster friend. I didn't even know the guy. But apparently the friend wasn't there. Come to find out later, he wasn't there.
And what did she tell you happened?
She said he fell. She just kept saying that he fell. She wasn't there. She told me she wasn't there. She said, I gave him the money and I went upstairs. So even the story she told me, I don't even know. But when I came home, I said, what did he fall on? She said he just fell. I guess he got hit in the head with a 2x4 or something like that.
Okay.
And then she said that he was dead. And I tried to hold it together and I was just like, what did y'all do?
And what else?
Because it was just too much. Because if I wouldn't have missed the call, they could have just called the police then and then figured it all out.
Who hit Sam with a 2x4?
The girl.
What's her name?
They did put tape over his mouth. They did.
Who told you that?
My sister.
And when they put mouth over when they tied him up, what did they do to him?
They beat him up.
And then?
They put him in the trunk of the car.
Whose car?
Sam's.
And what did they do to clean up your house?
Oh, I guess they cut up the carpet. They had cut up they cut up the carpet.
Who did?
My sister.
And they put that in the car?
I guess. I really don't know. When I say I guess.
Did she tell you they did?
Yes. I only talked to my sister, yes.
Okay.
I only talked to Sue. I never talked to BJ.
That's fine. And they put him in the trunk of the car and they went where?
To Seguin.
And then? What did they do in Seguin?
They untied him.
And?
Talked to him.
And?
They killed him.
How?
Oh, they shot him.
With?
A gun.
Whose?
I don't know.
What caliber?
I don't know. She didn't say who actually shot him.
But your sister was there.
No. She stayed at home.
Your sister
Well, you
did
said
not
they
go to Seguin.
untied him.
Yeah. She said her and that girl went. Him, BJ and that girl went.
Vanessa claims that after Susan handed Sam the money, she went upstairs. Lakeisha then knocked Sam unconscious with a 2x4, and then she and BJ put Sam into his own vehicle and drove away. When Lakeisha and BJ arrived at the place they planned on killing Sam at, they pulled him out of the trunk and shot him 6 times. Then they put him back into the trunk, dropped him off at the cemetery, and then hid his car at an abandoned gas station. Now that they know what happened, the detectives get Susan to come back in for another interview while they hunt down Lakeisha and BJ.
You didn't want to talk with me anymore. You went out front, you had a chance to talk with your mama. You guys sent an officer to come get me because there is more that you want to talk about. Okay, so you do want to talk to me about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you told my mom that
the difference between a capital murder and the abuse of a corpse, there's a big difference between those two things. One's a misdemeanor and one's punishable by the death penalty.
See, because what I'm ready to tell you, there's so much more.
I'm all ears, babe.
But I'm so afraid because I know that after that, everybody, I don't know. I'm scared for myself.
Okay, start at the beginning.
I want to. I'm looking at you in your eyes. I want to. Okay, I want to.
Susan explains that Vanessa started the fire in her own home so she could collect the insurance money. Vanessa then moved in with Susan and her husband and began paying for everything. Soon, she would run out of money, but then Sam informed her he took out a $750,000 life insurance policy for his child. Vanessa knew she would be in charge of the money if something happened to Sam, so she devised a plan with Susan, BJ, and Lakeisha to have Sam murdered.
This is so unfair because I know she's gonna walk away.
Well, let me tell you, Susan, I'm glad you decided to come back in here because that's exactly what she set it up to be. That's why she was out of town. She was gonna stick you and BJ with this shit, and then she was gonna collect the money and be home free. That's why I told you earlier that I wish you would sit down with me and let me talk to you. That's exactly what she was planning on doing. Why else would she be out of town, Susan? So we couldn't prove that she had shit to do with it, and you and BJ and Keisha would be left holding the bag. So really, she wins. If you guys take Sam out, she gets the life insurance policy, which is $700,000, and her one witness to the arson is out of the picture now. You guys get blamed for the murder. She's in Mississippi. She's home free with the money and no arson hanging over her head. She wins, you lose. That's what this is about.
Vanessa asked you to take care of Sam. Asked you and BJ to take care of Sam.
And told the neighbor across the street in the apartment complex that the gun they got from him was for Vanessa.
He knows that we got the money from her. He does. He knows how.
And so BJ bought the gun he used from the neighbor across the street?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who shot Sam?
I believe BJ did.
Who did BJ tell you shot Sam?
BJ said that he shot Sam.
BJ said he did it. And Keisha didn't do it? But she was there. Okay. Vanessa has basically told us everything that you told us, except for the part that she wanted this to happen.
I swear.
How are you gonna feel when I go back in the room with Vanessa and tell her that I know that she planned Sam's murder and asked for it to happen? You gonna stand up?
What do you mean?
Is it true?
Yes, it's true. Yes.
It'll be okay if you leave here?
No, I'm not gonna be okay. Now I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't trust anybody.
And I may have to. We'll talk about it. Let me go see.
I told you before.
And we're not just gonna.
The male detective leaves the room, and he goes back into the room that has Vanessa. His goal, at the very least, is to get Vanessa to admit that she knew about the plan to murder Sam.
We've talked to your sister. Well, Sergeant and Detective Miller have. And her story is not the same as your story. So again, we're going to start out with, are you sure you want to stick with that story, or do you want to tell us what happened? She told us that she called you while you were in Mississippi.
Right.
And you told her to go buy carpet.
You told her to cut up the carpet.
Cut up the carpet. I didn't tell her to go. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody to go buy nothing.
So you told her to cut up the carpet.
Right.
And get rid of it.
Right. Okay. And this is because they're telling me the body's already gone.
Did you tell her to get rid of it?
No. Nothing. I didn't have anything to do with any of that stuff.
So you telling me this? You telling me she started the own? The police have just probably stopped a calculated serial queen pin. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because she started the fire in her own home to collect the insurance money, right? Okay, she collected the insurance money, didn't give him a dime, left him stranded basically. So you basically destroyed all his stuff, all his property on purpose, burnt the house down, got paid for it, didn't give him a dime because you knew it. And then you was like, okay, now that I got all his money, I'm running out. But I know he has somebody under him has a life insurance policy, and I want to be the beneficiary over that. So she goes to take him out to be the beneficiary of a life insurance policy, and who knows what else she was going to do to ensure that she got what she needed. And the fact that y'all wonder why she talking, because she feel like there is no evidence against her and she could throw everybody else under the bus and get the money and leave. I finally see her end game. Her end goal is to throw every single one of them under the bus. They all go to jail. They all try to blame her with no proof, and she get to go home scot-free. But she missed somebody, and she missed one person.
You asked your sister to kill Sam.
and you asked your sister to kill Sam while BJ was there. And your sister agreed to kill Sam. And your sister and BJ. And
I
actually
appreciate
BJ
you, Don.
wouldn't let your sister do it. So he
I was
did.
just listening in the background.
So
for a
explain to
second.
me why you asked your sister to kill your husband. Why you called Sam and said the checks are at the house, go on over, knowing that Sam was going to be killed when he went over there.
We were all sitting around talking.
So what did you ask Sue to do?
It was just me and Sue.
Okay.
I was just like, it would be better if he wasn't here. I really told him I didn't want to be involved. I just told her. I was just like, that would be too stressful. It would just be
So you
too
didn't
stressful.
actually want to be involved. You wanted her to do it.
Well, she just said, I'll do it, I don't care, I'll do it, or whatever. And then, like you said, then she involved BJ because BJ...
Keeping her out of trouble, and you telling me the truth. What did she say she would do?
Oh, yeah, she did say she would shoot him.
She would shoot him.
She would shoot him.
You asked her to shoot him.
I didn't ask her to shoot him.
Did you give her money to buy a gun?
I gave Sue money. I did give her money.
For?
A weapon, yes. I did give her money for the gun.
You sent Sam to your house under the guise of giving him money, knowing that they were waiting to kill him.
Yeah.
Vanessa is left alone in the interrogation room while the police search for BJ. When they find him, he is brought back to the police department and interviewed by a detective.
And I'm going to tell you that you have been implicated in this particular murder, okay? And I want to talk to you about it.
That's crazy.
That's crazy?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Why is that crazy?
Because for one thing, I ain't got the guts to kill nobody.
You don't?
No.
Okay. Do you know anybody who has the guts to kill somebody?
Not that I know of, sir, honestly. I really don't.
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't trust nobody who just wear a fake chain just because. Yeah, I don't trust nobody who got a fake chain on just because. They always be up to no good. I appreciate you, Suzette. Garza with the flow state. How you doing today, Suzette? How you doing today? A lot of your name look familiar. I like to see.
That's really not in my blood to kill anybody. My mom raised me up to don't be like that. So that's not in my blood to do anything like that at all.
Okay. So you're telling me you got nothing to do with this?
I have nothing to do with it.
Now, before you start going down that road, I want to tell you that your common law wife, Sue, and her sister, Vanessa, they've been down here talking for about the last 3.5 to 4 hours.
Yeah, I know they called me, told me that they had to come down here.
They told us a story, okay? They told us a story about what happened last Wednesday night at the house. Okay? Now tell me what you know about what happened at the house last Wednesday night.
Well, what I know...
Shout out to Mary Cook with the flow that I appreciate you, Mary.
Yes. Okay. So, Sam supposed to came and got some money.
I appreciate you, Mary. Thank you for the flow state, Mary.
Okay. Okay. I guess he got a hold of my wife because I was downstairs playing pool.
Okay.
Me and my cousin Keisha. We was playing pool.
You said where the person? Nah.
She said Sam would be coming when he knocks, let him in and call me.
I don't judge nobody for wearing fake chains, but if you wearing a fake chain to a detective interview, I'm judging you. I ain't gonna lie to you. What you wearing a chain for to interview anyway?
I'm down. We hear a knock.
Yeah, you gotta learn when to use it.
He said Sam. Open the door. He comes in. I can say, baby. She watch it. Sam's down here. She comes down.
Now, when you said baby, who are you talking about?
Oh, Susan.
Susan.
Yeah,
okay.
that's like baby, wife.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I call Susan. She comes downstairs. She gives him an envelope. I don't know what's in the envelope.
I appreciate you, Marva.
Okay.
Okay.
And so she gave him the envelope. Then at this moment, he pulls out the money.
How you doing, Ray?
He's counting it.
Okay.
But I don't know how much she gave him. He just said, okay, I'm gone. And he walked out. And he left.
Has Vanessa ever asked you to kill Sam?
No.
Has Vanessa ever asked Sue to kill Sam while you were present?
No. No, sir. Not at all.
Okay. Did you shoot Sam?
No. No.
Did your cousin Keisha shoot Sam?
No, not at all, sir.
Okay, well.
Over the course of the next 3 hours, 4 different detectives would try and get BJ to confess, but no matter how hard they tried, BJ's story remained the same.
Now, why am I being under arrest?
Because you were the one who shot and killed Sam.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Well,
the question that we have, I understand. I don't care if you talk to us. I really don't. I'm here to decide what to charge you with.
You can't charge me with nothing. I have
Dude.
done. No, look.
I can't.
I have not done nothing.
Really?
No.
Okay, hold on. I'm not asking you if you did it.
No, I don't care. I don't care. I'm telling you like I told you, I didn't do nothing. Sam bought me out of jail one time. Man,
And you know what that
come on,
tells
man.
me, BJ? Something horrible had to have happened to make you do what you did.
No, don't come here with that bullshit, man.
These women are not lying, baby.
How you know that?
All 3 of them told the same story.
How do you know that?
Then tell me your story.
I told the dude my mom story.
It don't match anybody else's.
I don't give a f what they say. I know
Did
exactly.
Keisha come in here?
Man, I don't give a f about them right now.
Hope you enjoy jail, son, because that's where you're going.
He already crying. That man.
And I'm going to tell you, look at me, because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to charge you with. I'm going to charge you with capital murder.
For something I didn't even do.
God darn it, I'm like that, you know what?
No, I don't. That's just. No,
it's just wrong, man.
It's just y'all. But I'm saying, whatever they told y'all.
But the problem is, what you ain't understood yet, is the forensic evidence proves.
Yeah, but I have not done nothing.
Oh my God! So you just keep that up. You learned well. You learned well.
From what I
sure
learned
you did. Keep it up.
Well, I learned from.
Hang with that story. Hang with that story. Sometimes.
Make sure y'all hit that like button for me.
I enjoy losing. All right. Stand up. Put your hands behind your back.
Despite never confessing, BJ was arrested and charged with capital murder. The police had one more person to interrogate, and that was BJ's cousin, Lakeisha. So they asked her to come in for an interview.
I mean, what can I say?
Well, tell me the truth of what happened, step by step.
I was playing pool. It was me, BJ, Zaya. We were playing pool. He knocked. I opened the door because I heard the knock. Because it was BJ's turn to shoot. So I was like, okay. I opened the door and I seen him and I walked away. I went back to the pool table because it was my turn. And then Susie I guess she gave him some money. She gave him something.
She gave him some money.
And I heard him talk. He said something, but the TV was going with the music.
Okay.
So I was like, oh. And I looked, and all I remember was hearing him yell. And when I looked up, he was on the floor.
That's when you hit him with the 2x4?
I hit him? No, I didn't hit him. I wanted to hit him.
What made you want to hit him?
Because, okay, this is how it started.
Okay.
They had said, they was like, he beats women. But I never seen them when they were talking about this. They never said no names, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, well, whatever. And then when he came in, what's a 2x4? Hold on.
A board.
Okay. When he walked in, he said something smart. After he had got the money, he said something smart. I was like, what?
I'm not having that, yeah.
And he said it again. And all I heard was, I'll slap the shit out of you.
Who was he talking to?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't on the phone.
Okay.
When I looked up, he had his back was like this to me. So I was like, what? And then after that, I was like, oh no, you ain't finna talk crazy to me. But he's so big, so I was scared. And I was like, ooh, I was shaking. Then I hit him with a board. It was a small board.
Okay.
And then that was...
You lying so bad. You lying. The back of your hair is getting stiffer and stiffer the more you lie. You just lying so bad. I just hit it. You were so scared, so you hit him with a board. You thought a board was going to stop him, and you were so scared? Okay. I just want to know.
He went down?
No, he started going forward. He didn't go down. He did not go down.
Okay.
He just kind of went forward, and then that was it. So I was like, okay. And I left it alone, and then they put handcuffs on him.
Who did
BJ?
that?
Shout out to
Okay, he
D-Froggies.
put the handcuffs and the rope, and he was like, Sam. I was like, Sam, why are you saying no, BJ? He's like, no, BJ, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Oh my God.
What the hell is going on here?
And I just froze for like that few minutes. I was like, oh my God. But I hit him because he made a threat. That scared me. Now that other stuff, what they got going on, I don't know about.
So did you put the tape on his mouth?
Oh, cause yeah, after he said, that's right. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember.
This should be very no, I don't want, I hope you're not. This should be very vivid in your mind because
You put some tape over his mouth? Did she put some tape over his mouth? Shout out to Mama Hype. I appreciate you, Mama Hype. He said, just want to show support, my guy. I appreciate you, Mama Hype. Thanks for supporting the stream. W Mama in the chat, everybody. Shout out to Mama Hype, everybody. You just made my day. But this girl right here, did she say she put duct tape on his mouth? Or am I tripping? Check the description if y'all, it's different ways.
Well, I hope you're not. This should be very vivid in your mind because you've participated in a murder. Now, I'm hoping that you haven't done this on a daily basis, that it would be hard for you to recall.
No.
Okay.
It's just, I have bad memory.
Okay, you should be able to remember this.
But I'm just replaying back that time.
Okay.
And then, because he was hollering. He was hollering. He's like, no, BJ, no, no, no. He's like, don't kill me. After he kept saying that. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, I'm gonna put some tape on his mouth because he was like, he's like, when I get loose, he's like, he kept saying he was gonna beat me, like kill me. So I got scared. So I put the tape. And that was it.
Okay.
I couldn't do nothing else.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I couldn't do nothing else.
Okay, well, there's a little bit more that you did, and we need to talk about that.
Like what?
What happened after he got all tied up and the tapes on his mouth?
He was put in his trunk.
Who put him in his trunk?
BJ.
All by himself?
Yeah, because I didn't do it. And then
yes, she did. She helped.
After that, BJ like kind of dragged him to the door. And then he was like, oh, I'm stuck, help me. And then I helped him just a little.
That's okay.
To lift. And then after that, because I dropped him. And then BJ put him in the trunk.
BJ drove Sam's car and you followed behind in Richard's car. And y'all went out to Richard's house? Okay, and what happened when y'all got out
She
there?
lined like a rug.
Back like that, my back was to him, and next thing I knew, I heard the gun go off.
How many times?
9 times.
Y'all went back over to the house, Keisha, and got the carpet up, right?
No. That wasn't until we went to Seguin. Susie ripped that carpet up.
Okay.
Because when we got back, she had that ripped up.
Okay.
And then she says, we need to throw it away.
Okay.
And I didn't know, because I was like, why do I have to burn my clothes for?
Okay, so he burned his clothes and yours? But what were they?
They think people stupid. This was being young and dumb get you. Life in jail. She just said, I heard like 9 gunshots. Even if you heard 3 gunshots or you heard 1 gunshot. What do I gotta burn my clothes for? You know what's going on. Carpet getting ripped up. You know what's going on. Don't play dumb. You are very aware. I hope she get 1,000 years trying to play stupid, wasting my time.
Saying, I mean,
they were just anxious, like, oh, the money, we're gonna get money. And I'm like, okay, what money? And they just said insurance money.
Insurance. You didn't hit this man in the back of the head with a board because he talked smack.
He was talking noise.
You did.
At first they told me this. They told me when he come in, hit him. I told him no, I wasn't gonna do that.
Okay.
And then it was like, just do it.
Thank you. That sounds much more like the truth, baby.
Then I kept saying no, and then I was like, no. But then he started talking noise to me.
No, he didn't talk no damn noise to you. He was there to pick up money. You did it because you love your cousin. I get that.
Yeah.
But please don't try to tell me that you did it.
No, but I wouldn't lie to you because I wouldn't want you to lie to me.
Okay, but
Shout out to Cali Wyote with the flow state.
Not quite telling me the truth, that you hit him because he was talking noise to you. You hit him because BJ asked you to and you love your cousin.
Yes.
Thank you.
But
No, I think they set him up once he got right in the room, like old girl said already. But shout out to Kylie Wyote with the flow state. See, she gonna go to jail for not only accessory murder, she participated in it. She's going to jail for murder. She gotta go. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I was just saying he just said his little remarks too.
Okay.
But
BJ asked you to hit him when he came in the door. This whole thing was planned before he got there.
Actually, it wasn't.
Oh, actually, it was.
No, when I'm just saying, like, how I went step by step, like what I told you. But other than that,
it was very much planned with BJ and Susie.
In the end, all 4 people would be charged with murder. Prosecution believed that Vanessa was a mastermind behind the murder, and she was able to convince the other 3 to kill Sam by promising them large amounts of cash. Lakeisha and Susan would accept a plea deal. In exchange for their testimony against Vanessa, Lakeisha received 20 years while Susan was given 25 years in prison. At Vanessa's trial, her story changed again. This time, she claimed that Sam asked her to take his life because he wanted to provide for his child. The jury didn't buy her story, and she was found guilty and sentenced to 75 years in prison. BJ was the only one who did not implicate himself even under extreme police interrogation. BJ took his case all the way to trial, and due to the lack of evidence, the jury found him not guilty. What are your thoughts on this case?
This criminal got away with it. This criminal, BJ slick as a goose. Man, he's slicker than the rat in grease. Like, I ain't never seen how you get out this. That's real Billy go with a blowtorch, cause I don't see. Oh man, this cricket with a passport, like he done did the impossible. How? They had no proof on him. This is what happened when you shut up and don't implicate your what? Every 75 years, 25 years, 20. Not guilty. What? The fake chain got him through it. Shout out to the fake chain. I'm finna go get me one. Yeah, I'm finna go I'm finna go get me about 3 fake chains. His lucky chain got him up out of there. Yeah, his lucky chain got him up out of there, y'all. Y'all don't, man, that lucky chain, man, I'm getting me one. Whatever he had, whatever he got it from, I'm getting one. You telling me you can dodge a murder charge with a lucky chain? Okay. Cause it wasn't no other way. It was no other way that he got out of there. It was no other way that his lucky chain, like, I'm trying to think about it. I'm like, no, it had to be some type of luck in that chain. It had to be. He got away with it, plain and simple. Literally, plain and simple. Shout out to Camellia with the flow state. I appreciate you, Camellia. He was flowing right up out of here, Camellia. I appreciate it. It's no way. There's no way that he just got away with this. That just blew my mind. That really did. Danielle, man, that fake chain, he did it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We all know in this, he did it. Everybody implicated him being there. He was there. We know who pulled the trigger. Come on, y'all. But you gotta prove he did it. BJ, he was smart. He kept it like he ain't, nah. Yeah, loose lips. Can't believe in myself, G, man. Mad Dog McGregor. He done pulled off the rug slip. He done did it. What's up, Riverside? What's up, Hucknan? There was no evidence to convict them. He got off. That's exactly how things are supposed to work. Yeah, like Simply Red. He got by and still ain't get away. Nah, he got off. he got off. Yeah, he got off. You said the feds pick it up, and I feel like if the feds pick it up, his raps. I ain't gonna lie to you. Still gotta stand before the Lord. I don't know that. Nah, he did it. It only makes sense. Who them females can move their body like that? Like they weren't moving that body. They weren't moving that body. When it kind of like when I start noticing these cases, no matter how strong a woman thinks she is, when it comes to moving dead weight, that's a different ball game. 100 pounds feel like 100 bowling balls. Yeah, like that's a whole different weight. Like that's why police say, man, you just throwing down their weight, using all that weight, throwing it to the ground, basically dead weight, because it's hard to pick up dead weight than it is to pick up somebody trying. Or somebody, not throwing all their weight just down and relaxing their body. You say he can't be charged again through double jeopardy? Quit attacking me. I thought you just got mad and left. Quit attacking me. So look, y'all. A lot of people ain't watching their kids. You said the cousin just willingly gave it up. No, he took it trial. He took the trial. Yeah, he took his trial. I appreciate it, Jennifer. You been swinging on me the whole time we've been over here. Yeah. You said a fake chain and a good lawyer. Hey, Shark, that's all you need. Look, he ain't spending all that money on that real chain. I don't blame him. Don't knock that over. Yeah, he ain't spending all that money on no real chain. Yeah, he had some lawyer money. Shout out to the 100 from Jeffrey. So look, y'all, this is what happens when people don't watch their kids and don't, just thinking, oh, my son Jonathan, my son William, he is okay. He is not that bad. So look, this is what happens when you don't teach your kid to have their own brain, their own leader mindsets, because leaders don't fall in a group with other kids. I'm gonna tell you that now. They might lead the wrong crowd, but hey, if you got a bunch of leaders, it's hard for people to become soldiers and do dumb stuff. But those the ones that be going out shooting stuff, the soldiers. The leaders don't do that. You got to be broke to go out and shoot stuff and have fun like that. Yeah, that's what broke people do. So this is when the police hunt down 4 kids after they murder a stranger for fun. Yeah.
Young kids have just crashed a car into this store. As they rob everything in sight, they are about to spend the rest of the night driving stolen cars and terrorizing Albuquerque until their crime-fueled joyride spirals out of control.
Are you guys recording me? You're to start popping. Just bump in, bruh. Like 15, 20.
Because in the moments following this, they would run this man over, all for the sake of having fun. Now it will become a race against the clock to catch these 4 monsters before they take another life.
Oh my god, I don't want to watch this. You guys are watching this. They're trying to get you to lemonade. You drove it around. You crashed into Mr. Habermill, killing him.
Well, I didn't know the guy died.
I've seen something like this before.
Law enforcement in Albuquerque, New Mexico were alerted to a shocking scene on May 29, 2024. It was the lifeless body of 63-year-old Scott Dwight Habermill. Beside him was his bike, which was badly damaged. Scott worked at the Sandia National Laboratory and was heading there in the early morning to start his shift. Though he stuck to the dedicated bike lane and had sufficient lighting to show where he would have been, even in the dark. So, what happened to him? Investigators believe that he must have been struck by a vehicle. If it was an accident, then whoever was driving clearly fled the scene. Police were confident that it may have been tied with a recent car theft, where it was reported that 4 kids had been stealing cars and going on joyrides together. In fact, they used one of the stolen cars they had jacked from a struggling mother to crash into a store, jump the counters, and steal cigarettes and alcohol. One such vehicle, a blue Hyundai, was found abandoned with significant damage to its front later that day.
And I wish that woman would have had a switch. Yep, with a 100 round on it. Yep, I wish she would have had a switch. These young people, lucky older people, and people of age, like, you know how we get older, we be like, we don't want to act like that. They lucky we don't want to walk around like them. First off, we got more money than y'all, and we can have better guns than y'all. I wish she had a switch with 1,000 rounds on it. Got all they little ass out the way. Yeah, y'all who don't like to watch our kids, hey.
However, it proved to be quite a difficult case to crack, as there was not enough evidence that could have revealed who exactly the suspects were. All they had to go by was a video image of the car, which was recorded by a security camera at a nearby church. In February 2025, 9 months after the homicide, the authorities were tipped off about a video on Instagram featuring 4 kids acting like gangsters as they drove a car into a cyclist, knocking him off it completely. In it, they deliberately encouraged the driver to charge into Scott. The tip also included the name of the account owner.
Are you guys?
Yeah. I bump into a young boy.
Oh God, nigga got police.
Oh my soul.
You ready to start robbing? Hurry up before that nigga starts.
They gonna hit him hella. Just bump him, bruh.
Like, just like bump him?
Yeah, just bump him. Go like 15, 20.
Finally, after all this time, the police reached a breakthrough in the case. 2 of the suspects were identified as 15-year-old William Garcia and 11-year-old Jonathan Overbay. Both of them were on the police's database from a separate investigation in June 2024.
I've seen Jonathan
After
before.
checking both of their phones, they were promptly arrested by police. In an interrogation room, Jonathan is the first to be questioned. Sitting beside his mother, Tina, he has a chance to share his side of the story and talk about why he would have taken part in such a terrible crime that resulted in an innocent man's death.
Y'all want to know something? Viewer discretion is advised. Not only that, though, I remember, because you know, you watch videos on YouTube, but they don't be having all the full stories. So I remember seeing some of this, but you know, people were so quick to rush upload it that they didn't have all the details and effects. But I do remember that one part I didn't like, because every time this video 40 minutes long, the one I seen was way shorter. What? Stop. Ooh, overact like a peasant. Leave me alone. You scratch this orange cat over here scratch me running back and forth. I'm finna lock him out. But yeah, I remember this mom, I think they was like, she don't act like a mom. She act like friends, like they friends or something.
That's what you want to talk with me now.
You're touching me.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of switch word on that since we're talking about this. I'm not making any trust or people requests or benefits to not what you have. There's no question about what we have.
So yeah, 20 miles an hour is too fast.
Sorry.
Like, which, oh my gosh. He said someone got hit and then they ended up dying.
Alright.
And then I guess, I don't know if somebody said you were there or what.
You need to know. That's what they're trying to get me for. I wasn't supposed to see me.
Listen, yeah, the cat got me paranoid now. Cause he runs so fast, you don't even see him.
If it's what, oh my gosh.
She's downloading it so that it doesn't have to rely on the bad connection. So it will still, you guys will still watch it.
Since Jonathan is refusing to talk, the detective attempts to show a video of him and his friends hitting Scott on his bicycle, likely in hopes that it will be enough to persuade him to open up about what happened. Unfortunately, the video glitches out. They will need a few moments to download the file in hopes of playing it without interruption. Shortly afterwards, Jonathan makes an unexpected remark. Before we continue, I'm about to reach 100,000 subscribers thanks to everyone's support. A subscription from you to help me reach my dream would mean the world.
It would. It would mean the world.
Because I called him right away. I was like, well, do you know? Yeah, he told me exactly. And then,
I just, look, I feel like he's going to jump on my back randomly. That's why I keep looking back. Got the zoomies.
And he said that he's sorry that if he would have known, he didn't really know. He said it was like kind of last minute, it just popped up. He said sorry because he wished that he could have warned you or told you more before he did that. So you don't have to grab your hand.
So here you go. So this is the page that I wrote he writes on. I wrote that you
y'all said mom don't give an F.
to all of these. You understood your rights and you did not.
Just look at it. She looked like she worried about men more than her kids. Yeah, like she go to work, do a little work, and she do her little job, and she worry about a man. I don't care what nobody say. She worry about men more than her kids.
Wish to speak with me.
Okay.
Go ahead and initial all of these numbers, and then sign.
Jonathan casually claims that he was never there. Unfortunately for him, these detectives weren't born yesterday. They are certain that he was likely the driver of the stolen vehicle that struck and killed Scott. The police think replaying the video might be enough to get Jonathan to talk, so they play the footage a second time.
Can you imagine how difficult this is for you? I would.
It just sucks not knowing, too. You know,
So sorry. Yes.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Here you go. Watch this first.
Are you mad?
These are falling everywhere. I've got phones falling and everything.
Jeez.
You can tell by the hair flip. How you doing, Melody?
You're me.
They showing the video.
Can we watch it again?
No, the thing is, we're going to be not taking your cell phone and doing a digital download of the locations of your phone.
Even after watching the video a second time, Jonathan does not seem fazed at all. He seems perfectly unbothered by the sight of a man dying. Nevertheless, it looks like the detectives' attempts at getting Jonathan to talk has failed, so they wrap up the interview. But that doesn't stop his mother from trying to explain why she won't let her son speak any further.
That was like last year, right? That's what Fred said.
I mean, both of them had pretty much the same reaction, so I can just see where he gets his demeanor from, and his look into the mom too, because she ain't showed no remorse, no reaction. She know exactly what happened. He probably can't really fully physically understand until he in that situation. But the mom knows. She know 100% what's going on, but it looked like she just detached.
Well, he probably won't find anything on his phone because they're in the phones.
Yeah. And this watch thing, it's not frustrating. Every time I touch my phone, it's stress. I've been calling people and I put it on that. So I was frustrated because I've been literally.
No, you're making me nervous. I have anxiety, so.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'm just thank you.
So watch that, please.
Sarah, it will be a while because once, like we said, we're getting the warrant approved now, and once that's approved, we will have a crime scene specialist come out to collect your prints and your DNA. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit.
And do you know, like how long approximately? Like, is a little bit? Like months?
No, like they're gonna come today.
Oh, okay.
To collect this.
Oh, okay.
So he has to stay. He's still detained while we get that taken care of.
So, but you guys are taking him to juvie after? Like he has to go to juvie? Okay.
And then the judge makes a determination on submission.
Okay. Yeah.
He's only
That's
paying-
court Wednesday. And then, yeah, we'll see. I'm trying to figure it out.
If we are able to try to re-question you under that point, we have to wait after 14 days. Then we have to because you has to read this design all over again. But you have to have an attorney at that time.
So, like, so just because we said no now, we don't have to do this again?
No.
Yeah.
It's your choice. That's how in looking at it.
And it would make it easier to be able to, you know, speak and stuff, but it's just in the moment, it was off the wall. And I think it's best that everybody just like thinks that that's a major charge too. On the side.
It is.
Yes. And so the best thing, I need to talk to a lawyer too, you know what I mean? Just figure out what's our rights, what's going on type, you know, so.
So, yeah, so you are very willing to list. Yeah.
What's up, Amelia?
Cool.
Yeah, they're gonna be charging.
Just
Reebok slides and black forces. Everything I need to know.
With Jonathan sticking to his request for legal representation, his interview quickly comes to an end. Thankfully, the police have a plan B, his accomplice William Garcia. Still, his attempts at asserting that he was never there was a clear indication that he does not want to take accountability for his involvement in the crime. The detectives need more answers, especially in regards to where they got the vehicle, who exactly was involved, and why they would go so far as to knock a civilian off his bike. Right now, their best bet is to turn their attention to William Garcia, who is believed to have been the one who recorded the incident on his phone. He is called into an interrogation room on March 9, 2025, where he is given a chance to share his side of the story.
So do you understand your rights?
Yeah.
Okay. And would you like to talk with us?
I would like a lawyer on this.
Okay. All right. All right. So what's going to happen now is we're going to put you back into that holding cell. And I have a person that's going to come and they're going to take your fingerprints and they're going to take photos of you and they're going to take some DNA samples from you. And the DNA sample is just real quick and easy. They put like Q-tips in your mouth and you rub them on your cheeks. It's like almost like brushing your teeth.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was like the COVID test.
And no, I would never do that to anybody. That's mean. So it's just like you're brushing your teeth. You kind of just rub those cotton swabs in your cheeks. And once that happens, then you'll get transported to the juvenile detention center, okay?
Unfortunately for the detectives, since William is requesting legal support, the interview is brought to an abrupt end with no progress made. As frustrating as it is, they will not be leaving empty-handed as they take a DNA sample from him. The investigation would progress at an incredibly slow pace until more than a year later, on March 13, 2026, when William finally decides he is ready to share his recollection of events. However, the detectives need to be careful here. He is willing to talk on a purely voluntary basis, so they need to make sure he is comfortable with speaking and they don't push too hard, because if he backs off a second time, it could take significantly longer to get a confession and bring Scott's killers to justice.
Vehicle that ran into Scott Haverhill.
I'm surprised you remembered his name.
Was that him? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Was Elijah Engelking in the vehicle with you? Yes. Where were you sitting and where was Elijah sitting?
We were both in the back seat. I was in the right.
Okay. Were you videotaping?
Yes.
Did you say anything that's big? I'm assuming you've seen the videotape. Anything that's in the recording?
You want to know something? All these kids finna go to jail. They all finna get out in their mid-30s and all that. All because they want to be stupid, go around and rest to grow up. Y'all know that's how stupid it is. All this is because kids want to rush to be adults and do adult things. That's it. They want to rush to do adult things like drink, and they want to be able to smoke. They want to be able to do all these things that adults do, but they young and they want to do it underage, and they mess with them way harder. Way harder.
Is any of that your voice?
Yes.
Okay. Is any of that Elijah's voice?
Yes.
Do you recall what is it that Elijah is saying?
Like what exactly did he say?
Or just generally? Because there were statements about just bump him.
Yeah.
Do you recall that statement?
Yeah.
Who said that?
We both did.
Okay. You both said just bump him.
Yes.
Okay. What else did he say that you didn't say?
He said he'd go 15 to 20, and before that, he told him to not hit him fast.
Is there anything else that you said?
No. That's all I said.
So far, the questioning is off to a promising start. Not only does William confirm he was in the vehicle and was recording, but that he was indeed the one who suggested hitting Scott the cyclist. He even mentions one of the other suspects in the case, Elijah Engelking. If he continues to be open and honest with his responses, the detectives might be able to get the answers they so desperately need to crack it. Still, the best thing to do now is to let him go back to the beginning and recall what supposedly happened, starting off with who stole the vehicle in question.
I don't remember everything we did that night, because it was a while ago. And I know I was with them when they got the car. And I think Jonathan got it. I forgot who got it, but he got the car. I was across the street and we got in. And we were just driving around, really. We weren't doing much. And I know we picked up Elijah at one point. And we were just driving around, recording.
No. You said run down people causing not adult things. If that is the case, no. We said adult things. You don't know what cause. Like, do people not know what cause and effect is? Do people not know what cause and effect is? The cause of you trying to grow up too fast make you make dumb decisions. Yeah, you growing up too fast causes you to make dumb decisions. That because you're not old enough, you're not supposed to be in this situation yet. You're not supposed to be driving. You're not more mature enough to drive yet. So you shouldn't be driving yet. You shouldn't be easily influenced. Y'all don't, people, y'all, they all probably high. Yeah, they all probably high. They all smoke weed. Probably with the parents, the way it look like in here. But no, it ain't that. People don't understand what cause and effect is. Cause, underage drinking, effect, stupid stuff like this. Cause, underage smoking, effect, stupid stuff like this. Cause, underage driving, immature driving, no driver license, not mature enough to be behind the wheel. Effect, this, like, come on, y'all don't, like, people skipped a couple grades at school. The only grades at school that should have mattered is probably the first 4 and first 5 probably, and you could have been good, but a lot of people don't even got that in their brain.
Videos of us like just driving kids.
Cause and effect should be like first, second grade.
Most of the night, Jonathan was driving because he was like, "Oh, it's my car, right?"
Exactly. Actions equal consequences.
He didn't let anyone else drive. And then, yeah, that's what we were doing before.
Okay. Where did you guys get the car?
This somewhere near my house. We snuck out of my house, like, while my dad was sleeping. And I don't remember exactly where we were, but it was somebody's house. It was outside somebody's house.
Okay. And it was close to your house?
Yeah, it was pretty close. I don't remember how close. I don't remember, like, where it was, but it was near my house.
Yep.
When you snuck out, tell me about that.
You gotta raise your kids, not let Grand Theft Auto and social media do it.
I don't really remember how we snuck out.
Lack of morality.
remember,
You gotta
like, waiting
remember,
till, like, later.
it ain't just lack of morality.
It's like 12, 1 o'clock, something like that.
Hey Hook, when you was that age, you would be too scared to actually go
like,
through
waiting
with
till my
it.
dad fell
They
asleep.
taking drugs and doing stupid substances that make
I don't
them
remember
go
if we
through
went out
with
the
it.
front
Like
door or if we went
that
down
filter
my
is turned
balcony.
off.
I don't really remember that part.
Did you leave in a vehicle or did you leave on foot?
We left on foot.
Okay. And who was with you at that point?
It was me, Jonathan.
Okay. And were they at your house?
Yeah.
Like they were staying the night at your house? And you all decided to leave together?
And then if y'all don't know what's going on, because a lot of people, I literally knew people who did this from a living that I grew up with, and now this is exactly what's happening. They are a group of kids who go around stealing cars. They steal kids. They steal cars easy to steal. They like kids, like they probably had a lot of kids because all you got to do is just break the steering column and put a USB in it. So they getting cars like that. They get older Hondas, driving all those cars, stealing them, going to do more crimes, breaking into cars, trying to find money, guns, anything of value to get more money, breaking into stores with the cars. They are in a group of kids that just love stealing cars. And them group of kids that love stealing cars all indulge in drugs. These not no, so look, y'all over you in your head like, oh, these are a bunch of kids with morals. No, these are a bunch of kids who think they're grown, taking drugs, doing stuff that they don't understand. They don't understand any of the stuff they are taking. They don't understand how alcohol really affect them. They don't understand how these pills really are disrupting their mind. How that weed, not like that street weed. You don't know where they got that weed from. They don't know. They can't go nowhere and get nothing. They gotta get everything off the streets. No, y'all gotta understand. This is a group of those kids. They are in a group, a little gang. They all be together, and they do this on a daily basis. It's not the first time they stole cars. It's the first time they got caught.
And why did you?
They don't have morals. They don't.
Jonathan was,
can't have morals
like,
on
oh,
drugs.
Let's go get a car. And we agreed with him.
And so you guys walked to the area where the car was.
I want y'all to be honest. Which one of these kids on here don't smoke weed?
William confirms that Jonathan was indeed present. In fact, William accuses him of coming up with the idea of stealing the blue Hyundai in the first place. This is a major breakthrough in the case, and it exposes Jonathan as a liar who was desperate to say anything to make the cops believe he was not involved. During the interview, he confirms that a fourth suspect, 11-year-old Messiah Hayes, was involved as well. Just days prior, Messiah was captured on a security camera robbing a liquor store. In other words, the suspects were more than just troublemaking kids. They loved terrorizing others.
Exactly.
And his recollection of when they stole the vehicle pretty much proves that.
You said that you were across the street and Jonathan broke into the car and got it started?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Jonathan.
Right. And I know that you said that Jonathan was. Did you say that he was the only one that drove it that night?
From what I remember, I don't remember.
Okay.
I think I drove it once right after we left.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, I wonder how. Yeah.
I don't know. I think we all drove at one point, but I don't really remember.
All right. Did you stop anywhere?
11. Yeah.
In between stealing the car and
11 years old. Yeah. Y'all gonna start listening one day.
picking up Elijah.
I don't think so. We were just driving around. I don't remember really. I don't remember where we went after that. I know we were driving like down Lomas. We were driving next to the Hinkles. I don't really remember where we went from there.
Okay. Did you stop and pick up anybody else that night?
No, just Elijah. I texted someone to ask if they wanted to get picked up, but they didn't answer me. So
Who was that?
it was my older brother's friend, Xavier.
Okay. Xavier.
Yeah.
And what time, or about what time did you pick up Elijah?
I don't remember. I don't remember when we picked him up. I just know, like, I was texting him and I was like,
No, y'all asking the real question. What is an 11-year-old doing outside at night, and why don't you know where your 11-year-old is? Why don't you know where your 11-year-old is? Okay, if you would have said 13, 14, okay, I can see a 13, 14. I was 13 at one point. I could get out the house if I wanted to. I ain't gonna lie. But at 11, no. I was on the strict 12. I'm on a strict schedule. A strict one. It ain't no way that your 11-year-old is getting out the house. Is they working overnights?
I remember exactly what I texted. I just remember, like I asked him if he wanted to get in the car, and he wasn't answering for a little bit, and then I think he woke up or something like that. We picked him up.
Where did you pick him up from?
From his house.
Okay, so you pick up Elijah, and who's in the car with you at this point?
Me, Elijah, Jonathan.
Okay, and you said that Jonathan was probably driving at that point?
Most likely.
Okay, and you were in the back seat, and were you sitting behind the driver or behind the passenger?
Like when we picked him up?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Probably behind the passenger.
11-year-old robbing a liquor store just sounds wild to me.
Went through the other door.
So he was sitting behind the driver?
Most likely.
All right. And what did you do once you picked up Elijah?
I really don't remember like what we did before all of it happened. I just remember we were driving around.
Do you remember how long approximately Elijah was with you guys before the crash?
At least an hour or two.
The group of teens continued driving around in the stolen vehicle with Jonathan behind the wheel, treating it like it was just a regular outing with friends. The thing is, this is not the first time they have stolen a vehicle, as they have done it plenty of times in the past.
I told you.
But on this night in particular, they had brought with them a lot of illegal goods.
I don't know who all had it, but we all had like disposables. Like kids.
Okay.
We were all smoking in the car.
Right. So each of you were smoking vapes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Yeah, y'all heard right. They was smoking them TAC vapes. Them, yeah. So, and y'all wonder why this happened? Stuff that put the even strongest of the strongest cannabis users on the floor. Okay, y'all wonder why stuff like this happens? I told y'all this already though. It's always because of this. It's young kids trying to do grown people stuff. Can't handle themselves. They're too young to. They don't know nothing.
No one.
Whose gun was it?
I think while we were in the car, he like right after we stole the car, he told me that he got it out of a Kia he found. He stole
the right ones are hooked.
A couple days before that.
We'll put you through the dirt.
So what do you know about that car?
The car.
That he stole the gun out of?
Oh, nothing. He just told me that him and Jonathan stole a car the night before. He said it was a Kia, but he didn't say like, I don't know if he said like exactly what Kia was, but he just said he found it in the car that he stole.
And for the record, when you guys said that you would steal Kias, were they always Kias?
There were Kias and Hyundais, but mostly Kias.
But even when you stole a Honda, you would say that you stole a Kia.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
What do I know?
All right.
What do I know, guys? What do I know about kids who are thieves and a preference of cars? Why do they steal kids? Because all they have to do is break off the steering column and put a USB in it. And now, don't worry about it though. It's just I can't just look at kids like this and just be like, oh, I know kids just like this in real life.
So I'm going. You said that you
Like
did
these
record
kids was a
video
part of my everyday life. Seeing
of
these
the
kids.
homicide, the crash. And did you share that video?
Like after? I shared it like a year later it was in a folder with a bunch of other videos with us like driving in cars.
How often would you go out with Jonathan and Elijah and steal cars?
Before that, I was with them like 2-3 times before that. I mean, like, that was like the second time I was with them, like, when they actually stole the car. Like, before that, they would like pick me up.
Miss Jamie, that is crazy.
That was like 4 times.
And you would know that they were stolen cars that you were riding around in?
Yeah.
Controlled substances and a gun were in their possession when they stole the vehicle. The gun was apparently stolen from a different vehicle in a previous break-in that allegedly took place the night before. Even worse still was the fact that Messiah, a literal child, was recorded waving the gun like it was a toy.
Exactly.
It's clear that none of them cared about anyone's safety, not even their own, and that trying to look like a gangster was their sole priority. What puzzles the detectives is the fact that the video of the incident was uploaded to the internet less than a year after it took place.